Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to 10X headquarters. Woo! Give me a big 10X, everybody. My name is Brooke, and I am the director of the Grant Cardone Foundation. We're so excited that you guys are here with us, and I know that Brittany and Ed have been doing a lot of work to get this event prepared, so I'm going to hand it over to Brittany, and we'll do a quick introduction.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brittany. I'm our communications manager for the foundation. Again, we're so excited that you all are here. I want to thank Ed Haynes, the wonderful Ed over here, and the Circle of Commerce Group, who we partnered with to put this event together here today. And we wanted to kind of kick things off. So, Ed?
Absolutely. Good morning. Good morning. So, this is an exciting day. You guys are not going to be the same when you leave here today. You got to understand that you are here in the Mecca of the top salesperson on planet Earth, Mr. Grant Cardone, and he made it and thought it not robbery that he would share his knowledge with the public, all right? If you don't mind, by a show of hands, how many people do we have here that may have grown up without a father, by a show of hands? Okay, great. What you got to understand is one of the major purposes of the Grant Cardone Foundation is to impact that particular group of people, because not having a father creates a significant deficit in guidance for individuals. So he wanted to create this foundation to assist in giving information so that individuals would be able to prosper and take responsibility for their families, their lives, and the community as a whole. So that being said, there are 4 primary organizations that we invited today to be a part of this. We want to actually thank the Grant Cardone Foundation, who actually made a donation to those 4 organizations of $15,000 that we're going to split between those organizations. So let's give them a round of applause. All right. The first organization that we're going to mention is one that's near and dear to my heart, the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence Project, which is founded by Congresswoman Frederica Wilson, who I was proud to serve as our chief of security for over 4 or 5 years. 5,000 Role Models, as you know, if you're local, is in all of Dade County Public Schools, and it takes young men and grooms them to become responsible citizens in the community. Our next organization is the Circle of Brotherhoods, all right? The Circle of Brotherhood is an organization that I'm proud executive member of. We have some Circle of Brotherhood members here. Where the circle be at? Right here. Okay, that's where the circle is, right there. All right. Then we also have the Dr. Martin Luther King Parade and Festivities Committee, which is the organization that's responsible for South Florida being known as the longest and oldest parade for Dr. Martin Luther King in the world. This is the largest parade that has been done. We have Lady Jenkins back there as one of the founders who actually went and sat with Coretta Scott King to get permission to do that. Lady Jenkins back here. Outstanding. And last but not least, we have the Queen Up movement, which is the part of Queen Up Chronicles and several other entities. Queen Up Media. Is Jay West here? We have Jay here? Well, we have one of her board members, Kim Roberts, is here, Queen Up. So Queen Up deals with young ladies, training and grooming them to be adults and to be queens, all right? So those are the 4 organizations that you see represented, or if you're here, I know we got Florida Memorial in the house. Florida Memorial, give a shout out. All right. And we also have a very special guest in the house. For you, those of you that may not know, there is an individual who is a queen. Her name is Her Imperial Majesty, Queen Sheba III. She is a queen out of Africa. She was our grand parade marshal this year for the parade. And we are fortunate today to have her crown prime minister representing today. And he is here because he is giving everyone today an opportunity to receive the new global currency of the African continent called the Lumi. Reverend Alfred Johnson, Crown Prime Minister of the Americas. Please, if you would, just stand and just wave at everyone. Okay. Rev came to give the money, so you know you have to. He gave money just like Grant gave money. All right, and that's his beautiful wife next to him, Salisha. All right. Okay. So without further ado, I think we have a video from the Congresswoman welcoming everyone. And Brooke, we good? All right, let's do it. Okay.
You and God bless America. Hello, everyone. I'm Frederica Wilson, your United States Congresswoman. In different times, I would have loved to be with you in person, but everything's been a little crazy this past year. Still, it's a real honor to join you virtually at today's event. And I want to speak with you about a couple of things that are very, very important to me, and I hope are important to you as well. The first thing I want to mention is that each and every one of you is here today because you took the initiative to be there. You're here because you put your mind to it, you showed up, and you stayed in school. Choosing to make that effort every day puts you on a path to doing and achieving great things. So keep it up. Second, I know life can be real hard. School can be challenging, and so can issues with friends, at home, or in the world in general. But what's important to remember that it's okay to ask for help to deal with those challenges. It's okay to lean on others for support. I promise you, I didn't get to where I am today all on my own. I reached out to friends, families, family members, and even teachers to help me work things out. If I've learned anything, is that needing or getting help doesn't make you weak, it actually makes you strong. The final thing I want to tell you before I go is that I'm proud of you, every single one of you. Keep up the hard work, keep working, keep your eyes on the prize, and you can and will achieve your goals. God bless you, and God bless America. You and God bless America.
All right. You guys must be real important. You get a United States congressperson to stop in the middle of all the craziness that's going on in the country to deliver a message to you. But that's just how it shows how important you guys are. We have a vehicle that needs to be moved, ticket number 2-911. If you're 2-911, we need you to move your vehicle, please. 2-911. Anybody here, or is it in another room? 2-911. Check another room. Okay, no problem. Okay. So with that being said, the pictures you see on the screen are pictures representing the Circle of Brotherhood, as I mentioned earlier, and a very unique group of individuals that came out of that group. Back January 2019, the Circle of Brotherhood, who's constantly serving the community, our motto is Black men taking responsibility for our own community problems. Basically, what we did on that day, there were several brothers that went to a candlelight vigil of some of the Black young men that were being murdered. And what we realized in that group was that there were no men. It was all these women crying about their kids that's being lost. So the lead organizer, Mr. Leroy Jones, along with President Jeffrey Mack and the executive director, Brother Lal Muhammad, all kind of huddled together and what could we do? And what was decided was we needed to do something that create an impact on the world that nobody could overlook. Therefore, 9 courageous brothers, some of which are here today. Any of the Hunger 9 here, please stand. Okay. 3 of the Hunger 9. All right. Thank you very much. You can have a seat. 3 of these brothers, plus myself and 5 others, are the people that you see here laying in the racks. What we did on that day, we, on March the 9th, we actually took over a city block, and we sat there and we went on a hunger strike. And we didn't eat any food for 21 and a half days. We only drank water. And we stayed in the middle of that field, and we had people come in and basically doing a tour, and we were telling them that it's not about the system solving our problems. It's about us solving our own problems. Okay? We can't blame the white man. We can't blame the system, because that's not who's there pulling the trigger. The guns ain't jumping up shooting themselves. So we were there to represent that we're going to take responsibility, 1. 2, because the Circle of Brotherhood is made up of a lot of brothers that back in the day wasn't nothing nice. They served their time and they came out and they want to make a difference now. So because of that, they have the ethics presence in the street, because people know who that is. And they were out there letting people know we're going to do it differently now. So for 21 and a half days, we stayed out there, only drank water. Most of us lost more than 30 pounds. My 30 hired a private investigator and they found me back. But just know this, that we all did our thing, okay? This event had local, national, and international news coverage. So we put Miami on the map, being the Circle of Brotherhood and the Hunger Nine. So I want to thank my fellow Hunger Nine brothers for coming out and supporting today. All right? Now, out of that Hunger Nine experience, you see the diagram here that has these circles. When I was there, every night I would wake up about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I kept asking myself, what is it in our community that we're missing that causes us to be in the condition we're in? And one of the answers that came to me was, we did not have an economic engine. Okay? We talk a good game. We talk about we're going to change something. But guess what? If you don't have any money, you can't change nothing. So God sent me the revelation that we needed to have our businesses to be independent, to be vibrant, and to take responsibility for our own communities. Because on those pictures you saw earlier, you saw the city was on fire. The reason we chose the spot we chose was because that's the lot where the gas station was that started the riots back in the 80s. And from those riots, they burned all of the shops down, they burned all of the businesses down, and those businesses have not come back up until today. So the food deserts that exist because we put them there. I repeat, we put them there. We're the ones that destroyed the economic engines that people used to could walk from the Pork and Bean Project over to the cleaners or to the store and all of that. All that's gone because we did that. Therefore, if we're going to take responsibility from the same corner that destruction took place, from that corner, we can rebuild it. And that's why we went and we did the hunger strike starting at that spot. Many people ask the question, well, why y'all doing that? Y'all ain't stopping nothing. People still shooting each other. What they did not know was that was the beginning of that. This circles of empowerment diagram shows you the power of what happened from that 21 days that people may not realize is even going on today. And that is that the first circle that came to life is called the Circle of Entertainment. It's on here. Where is it at? Right here. Circle of Entertainment. Anthony Blackman, stand up, sir. This is King Blackman from King Blackman Entertainment. If y'all have heard the song on YouTube, Career in a Day, Career in a Year, King Blackman did that. While we were in this hunger strike, we actually made a video ourselves called The Peacemakers. You can find it on YouTube right now. Most people, when they do hunger strikes, they sit around and lay around and conserve energy. We was working, okay? Now, we also have the Circle of Politics. Brother Shango, you in the house? Shango, that's the president of the Circle of Politics. You cannot You cannot be around here talking about you are taking a change in your community and not understand the importance of politics. Brother Shango is one of our leading advocates for politicians in the area. He's the president of Circle of Politics. And as you see here, the concept was this. We were going to create these different circles. It doesn't matter what your field is. I'm going to make a circle for it. You understand? And the reason why is important. A lot of times people want to do something, but they don't know what to do. So they go join a group, right? And let's say the group does this, but their passion is to do that. Well, when you take that person whose passion is to do that and try to make them do this, they're not going to do that well because that's not what they do. You understand? In the circles of empowerment, if you're a carpenter, you in the circle of construction. If you like talking, you in the circle of multimedia. You understand? If you're in the literacy, Brother Melvin runs the circle of literacy. You're going to help people tutor and learn. Y'all feel me on this? So that's why the circle of empowerment is so powerful. And if you see in the middle is the circle of commerce. The circle of commerce is important because commerce runs the world. I say again, commerce runs the world. Everything everybody does is tied to how much money can be made. You either making it or it's being made off you. All right? You have to decide which one of these is going to be you. So the concept is that these for-profit entities would feed into the nonprofit entity, and the nonprofit entity would not have to depend solely on government grants and donations. Because now you're at effect. You got rules and regulations and things you got to follow. But if you get money donated directly to you, you have unrestricted funds and you can do what's necessary for you and for your community. So this is the diagram that was dreamed up by me while we were out there to make a difference. A year and a half, 2 years later, well, March will be 2 years. 2 years later, the circle of commerce that's in the center is now responsible for networking with the Grant Cardone Foundation and putting all of you in this room. You're a part. Okay? You all are a part of the Hunger Nine story as it stands right now. Give yourself a round of applause. Now we're going to start moving fast because we're running a little behind schedule and we got to get Mr. Cardone in and out of here. Real quickly, a couple of things I'm going to spur some thought. How many people listen to 99 Jams? Raise your hand. Hot 105. Okay, good. So now, I want to give you a little scenario to think with. In order for you to hear that station, the radio that you're listening to is a receiver. Y'all got that? The station where they're broadcasting from is a transmitter. So that signal is transmitted from the transmitter to the receiver so that you can hear that, right? If you tune to 99.1, are you going to hear 105.1? That's the wrong frequency, right? So what you got to understand is each and every one of you is a transmitter and a receiver. And you got to understand that the things that happen in your life is largely because you transmitted on a certain frequency, therefore you attracted a certain frequency. Ladies, if you got a knucklehead, guess who called him? I'm sorry. Fellas, if you got a drama queen, guess where she came from? You sent it out, and she answered the call. You understand? We're going to take responsibility today. That's what this is about, all right? So we got that straight, right? The next thing we're going to talk about is agreements. It's important for you to know what agreements are. Now, I put these on the board because I want you to understand the concept of learning. Very important. In order for you to get what Mr. Cardone is going to give you today, I had to put certain things in perspective. The dictionaries are important because diction means speech. you learn how to speak based on words, and the words come to you from different directions. A children's dictionary is different than a regular Merriam-Webster dictionary, which is different than an Oxford dictionary. Because in a children's dictionary, it's full of pictures. Why? Because the mind is a collection of pictures. Does everybody understand that? Yes. If I ask everybody what were they wearing on the night of the prom, who can remember? Okay, tell me what you're wearing. Tuxedo. What color? Bam. Okay, watch this. When you ask a person a question or something, you will notice that they will do this. They'll look up trying to remember what it was, right? Guess where they're looking? In the mind. The mind is a collection of pictures. You understand? So what happens is, depending on the clarity of the picture and what the picture is going to depend on what you can do with that information. These dictionaries are created to put pictures in the mind that when you hear the word associated with them, you can pull that picture down. You understand? Yes. The more the pictures are stored and associated with a word, the easier it is for you to remember things. You got that? However, I want to do this. Your eyes are like a camera. Y'all see this glass, right? Y'all see one side is clear and one side is not, right? Okay, your eyes are the camera to your mind. Now, if you are high, this side is your camera lens. If you are drunk, this side is your camera lens. But if your mind is clear, the pictures that go into your mind are clear. You understand? So when it's time for you to go back and pull up those pictures, you're able to recall clearly. You're able to pass that test. You're able to remember the valuable gems that Mr. Cardone is going to give you today. You understand? We're talking about the mechanics. And Mr. L. Ron Hubbard talked about your considerations are superior to the mechanics of the physical universe. You understand? So if you think you can't do it, congratulations. Yes, ma'am.
Can you repeat what you said about the universe?
She said she want me to repeat what I said about the universe. I like that. You ready?
Yes.
Mr. L. Ron Hubbard said, your considerations are superior to the mechanics of the physical universe. That means whatever you think, the universe will align with your thoughts. If you think you're poor, you will be successful. But Mr. Cardone is going to teach you how to be a millionaire today. And depending on your intention, okay, and intention deals with force. It deals with how you move forward towards something. Now, when you have an intention, you also have something called counter-intention, right? Counter-intention is something that comes directly against you. If I'm coming at you like this, and you coming at me like that, you're countering my intention. But that's not the dangerous one. The dangerous one is called other intention. And other intention, I'm going to walk over there toward the camera, right? And as I'm walking toward the camera, I want you to say, Mr. Haynes, okay? You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hey, listen.
Mr. Haynes.
Huh? That's other intention. He just took me off my path. Stop complaining about you not getting where you got to go because you stopped to pay attention to other intention. You understand? Stop complaining. Stop talking about I was late this morning because. See, when I was in the Marines, the drill instructor used to tell us we had two choices in life. We can either win or we can win. We had to choose one quickly, though, because we had to go. So that's your two choices in life right now. After today, you can either win or you can win. You got it? Y'all understand this now, right? Okay, good. I'm moving fast. Agreement. The boss said that. Mr. Cardone said it. I can do it. So watch this. Now I want to show y'all something. Let's see how this works. I don't have a degree yet from Cardone University, so I can't figure out how this how this thing works here. How does this work?
There's a button on it. See, there's a little button on the side. I got a button on it. I can't do it. None of us can, huh?
See,
Jesus.
if we had gone through his courses already, we would know how to open the pen.
Yeah.
There it is. Got it. All right. Okay. What is that? A. Everybody agree on that, right? Yes. Okay, good. Now, we can agree that that's an A. Yes, sir. Right?
Yes.
So, in order for you to learn, in order for you to read, in order for you to do anything, it takes agreement. Right? Yes, sir. Now, what is this? What is this? What is that? What is that? M-A-N-Z-A-N-A. Manzana. What is that?
Apple.
One person. Anybody know what that is other than him?
Apple. It's an apple.
Okay. The only people that know what that is people that speak Spanish. Sorry. So, manzana is a Spanish word for apple. You understand? The only reason everybody else is sitting in here looking confused and crazy because you haven't agreed in the sequential order of the letters. You agreed that each letter is what it is, but you haven't agreed that in that order they mean apple. But if I wrote this, everybody would be apple, but it's the same word. You understand? The reason why a lot of us are unsuccessful right now is we have been taught not to agree with success. Mr. Cardone is going to give you the magic behind the agreements to become a millionaire. But you got to be in agreement. You understand? Okay, good. We good on that, right? All right, good. All right, here we go. Next. Okay, next thing. We got a couple of props here. Y'all notice everything in here is 10x, right? We don't do 9x, we don't do 5x, we do 10x around these pieces. You understand? Hold that for me, sweetheart. Okay. 10x water. All right? Got to have some. All right. Now, I'm going to take these 3 cups and I'm going to show y'all something. How many of y'all got children? Okay, good. How many of you were children? Gotcha. All right, cool. Now, there we go. Everybody. All right, that's good. Because, you know, children don't have limitations, so that might not be a bad thing. Okay, now, this is cup A, this is cup B, and this is cup C. The objective of the exercise is to pour the contents of cup A in the cup B. Both cups are full of water. Everybody got that, right? If I pour the contents of cup A in the cup B right now, what happens? So that means, would I have achieved my objective? Because I spilled on the ground the contents that I wanted to go in cup B, right? So in order for me to pour what's in cup A into cup B, I have to take what's in cup B and pour it in cup C until it's empty. Then I take the contents of cup A and put it in cup B. What am I saying? The reason why a lot of people don't learn things is you think you know already. You understand? If you think you know already, you cannot learn something. So today, when Mr. Cardone is speaking, let's just pretend we don't know nothing, because we don't. All right? And I'll tell you why I know this. My dad used to do it to me all the time. As I was explaining to him the brilliance that I had while I was asking him for a loan. after I got finished explaining to him how smart I was, he always would ask me, how's that working for you? Well, it wasn't. You understand? So for us today, it ain't been working for us. The glass is drained, and we getting ready to listen to Mr. Cardone. Y'all got that? Very good. All right. Next point. Here we go. Y'all have to excuse me for all these little props. Sir, can you stand up a minute? Good, good, good. Here's another little situation that we have that happens in our community. So now we're going to play catch. Y'all got that, right? So what he's going to do, he's going to throw the ball to me at close range, and I'm going to catch the ball. Y'all ready? Okay, good. Let's go. Throw it. Yes, sir. Oh, wait. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Do it again, man. I got it. I got it this time. I got it. Wait. Have a seat. What's the example here? Well, what happens is we forget sometimes, and people forget sometimes. You can try to teach something, you can try to give someone something, but if no one taught them how to catch it, the ball is still going to fall on the floor. You understand? Some of y'all grew up in situations and environments where the most simple thing to a person that has a degree or that's been schooled or grew up in a family of means, those things are simple for them because they've been taught that. But in the hood, where the circle of brotherhood is, a lot of that ain't been taught. So everybody want to know why are they doing what they're doing and how they're doing it. Because you've never been in an environment where you didn't know. So when you come in and try to give people help, the opposite of help is betrayal. And you will betray the person you're trying to help by you not understanding the complexity of the situation. Everybody got that? Next point. Y'all not getting bored, are you? No. All right. Okay. Now, let's do this. I feel smarter already. It's his chair. Okay. Let's say this chair right here has got 4 legs on it, right? Let's say this back leg is missing. Okay? If that back leg is missing and I sit in this chair, what direction am I going to fall? Back this way? That way. Right. Now, if I had never seen a chair, I could go get a stack of phone books, some blocks, or whatever, and put under this chair where that leg is missing. Would I fall then? Would the chair be fixed? Would it be fixed? Would it be functional? Okay. In our community, we got a lot of functional people, but they ain't fixed. You understand? Now, the reason they ain't fixed is because they've never seen the thing in its original state, the proper state. You've never seen it to compare. So now you know that another leg goes there instead of a rock. You understand? We bought you out of Liberty City and other places so that you can see what the fixed chair looked like. His name is Mr. Grant Cardone. You understand? He's going to show you what the fixed chair looked like. Everybody got me? All right. Where am I missing? Where my phone at? Where I put the phone at? It's in my hand. That's like them people say, where my glasses at? Okay. Learning how to learn. There's 3 barriers to learning. The first barrier is called lack of mass. Lack of mass means that if you're explaining something to someone and they can't visualize what it is you're talking about, you may need to give them mass on it so that they can understand. You understand? So when I do these props, I'm giving you what? Y'all understand? The second barrier to learning is called too steep of a gradient. A gradient, yeah. You like that? All right. So watch this. What's the first thing you learn in math? Got that? Numbers, right? Then what you learn? You add them, right? Then what you learn? Then what you learn? Then what you learn? Then what you learn? Percentages? Percentage, right? Fractions, percent. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? So you notice that there is steps to this, right? If you learn numbers, and the next thing that happens is somebody say, multiply them, look at that step right there. It's too steep of a gradient. You understand? So it's important that you understand that in life, there are gradients. And if you skip a gradient, you're going to have difficulty. Like this. You go to school, you get a job, you have a family, right? Versus you go to school and have a family. Because now you got a baby and there ain't no job. You got to skip gradient. You understand? You don't have a job, you don't have a house, you don't have a car, you have a skip gradient. You understand? So now you trying to, instead of walking up steps, you like, ugh. Y'all get that? Yes, sir. We killing off skip gradients today. You understand? And the last barrier to study is the misunderstood word. You understand? The misunderstood word. See, if you have grown up with a limited vocabulary, when you're in a certain environment where people are communicating, you may miss some things because your vocabulary does not allow you to connect with the person that's talking. Vice versa. If somebody come to the hood, hello, sir, how are you? I was just here visiting, and man, I'm gonna punch you in your grill. Oh, my car is over there. You understand? They got a misunderstood word. But when they say they're going to punch you in your grill, they ain't talking about your car. Y'all feel me on that, right? Everybody around there's like, ooh. He's like, but my car doesn't have a grill. That's a misunderstood word. Y'all got that? Everybody feel me on this, right? I'm just checking. I'm making it plain right now. Okay. Next thing I want to cover right quick is called the third-party law. Let's talk about this third-party law real quick because it's important. There's a lot of murders going on, killing, fights, all of that drama. The third-party law states this, according to Mr. Hubbard. Anytime two people are engaged in an argument, there is always, what was that word? Always. A third unseen party involved. Anytime there is a conflict between individuals, there is always a third unseen party involved. We're giving you this data so when you go back to the community and you see things happening, you can intervene. This was the purpose that Mr. Cardone wanted to bring everyone in so we can change the condition from inside and not from outside. Everybody got that? So as soon as you see two people arguing, we already know it ain't being you. That's the problem. Well, who told you that? Well, Bubba said, well, who told you I was the problem? Well, Bubba, now we looking at Bubba. Bubba's the problem. You understand? We have to understand what is causing these issues that we have. We're not just going to be walking around talking about we need to do this and we need to do. We don't need to do nothing but understand what's going on. You got that? And I'm going to cut it short and end it with this. right. Thank you. I have to be.
Hang on. We've been cut short too long. Okay? Okay, don't quit cutting us short, man. Go ahead, drop the pearls, baby.
Hey, that's Grant Cardone talking back there now.
Come on, I want that gold.
I'm not arguing with Grant
Give me the
Cardone,
rest.
because I don't think I know already. ARC. ARC stands for affinity. Everybody know what affinity is? Affinity is the degree you like someone, affection, right? So, to the degree you like someone is to the degree that you can gain their reality. That means that what's real to you may not be real to me unless I can find out from you. Well, I can't find that out if I don't like you, because if I don't like you, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to share space. You understand? So, from an affinity point of view, it's important to gain the reality so that we can then communicate. Through that communication, we can gain understanding. Everybody got that? That leads us to KRC, because once we gain that affinity, reality, and communicate, we now have knowledge of what's going on. You understand? Once we have knowledge of what's going on, we can then take responsibility for the situation we find ourselves in. You understand? Then and only then can we exhibit control over the situation. You cannot control something you're not willing to take responsibility and knowledge of. Y'all want an example? Okay, here we go. Listen, player. You want to make a quick $2,000? Easy. Bro, trust me on this. I got this package, right? All I need you to do is take this package, take it to the airport, and hand it to Fred. That's it. That's it. Bro, you don't need to know nothing else. Take this package, hand it to Fred. Right? You go, $2,000. Yeah, I'm going to give you $1,000 right now. The other $1,000 when you come back. I'm on it. You go to the airport. Woo, click, click, click. What happened? Oh, you just got that kilo. Did you bringing this kilo? But I didn't, what? You didn't know what you had? And you took? So you exhibited what? Good control or bad control? Bad control. See, cars don't go out of control. If you drove here today, your car is sitting out there right now. It is not going to get in an accident by itself. So an accident means you were exhibiting bad control. There is no out of control. Y'all got that, right? So in our lives, we are either exhibiting good control or bad control. And the control that you exhibit is based on the knowledge that you have and the amount of responsibility you're willing to take for that. The formula for that is power. You will have as much power as you exhibit these things. So the reason we have you here today is for you to gain the knowledge that you need to take responsibility for your lives in the future so you can exhibit good control and make a difference in the lives of you and your family. Everybody good? I'm feeling under the pressure right here because Grant's in the room. Okay. All right. All right. The brothers, y'all got me, right? Okay. Brotherhood got me, so I'm okay then. All right. So I'm going to end it off with this. Y'all see this right here? This is called the Lumi, the African Lumi. And as I mentioned, the Reverend Alfred Johnson is here as the Crown Prime Minister of Queen Sheba III, who rules over the 5 regions of Africa and the 6th region, which includes the diaspora, which is anywhere else on planet Earth where black people or people of African descent, which is all people, exist. This currency was just created out of Akampong, Jamaica. And it is on fire right now in 174 countries around the world. because of you doing what you're doing and being here today, we're going to email you the information on how you can register. And every month for 3 years, you're going to receive $100 worth of Lumi in your account. Courtesy of Queen Sheba III, Crown Prime Minister Timothy McPherson, and the Crown Prime Minister of the Americas, Reverend Al Freddie Johnson. The Lumi has arrived. Now, I'm going to end it with this story of my security story. Because I want everybody sitting here today, because some of y'all might look at me and say, oh man, this dude, you know, he got it going on and this and that and everything. No, it didn't start like that. Over 20-something years ago, I was in a room just like this, and a guy made a presentation just like this. And when I heard that presentation, I started learning the things that I'm showing you today. And what was it that created that interest was that man sitting right there, Reverend Al Freddie Johnson, who was at the time in California, in Compton, working with Bloods and Crips. And he was there teaching them some of these same fundamentals. And I decided that I was going to do the same. We did that from 1995 to 2004. I came back. There's a whole bunch of other stories we're going to tell you later, because this ain't it for us. I hope y'all know that. But I want to share with you what can happen. I came back to Florida in 2004 after being a law enforcement officer, the first black cop in Miami Shores, and I started all over. And at the stadium, I got a job working as a regular security guard at that time, Joe Robbie Stadium or Pro Player Stadium. I forget which one it was at the time. But I went there, and I was working as a regular security guard for CSC with the yellow shirts. I was standing up there, and I was working on the weekends, and I would work like for 2 weeks straight to go get my check. My check was $140. My wife said, well, what you going to do with that? I was like, well, you know, that's what it is. While I was doing that, somebody at the stadium observed my mannerisms, and they say, man, were you in the military? I said, yeah, I was in the Marines, and I was in law enforcement. They said, well, look, we've been noticing how you carry yourself. We want to put you in the suites, let you do security up there with the celebrities, and we're going to give you a raise. Now, at the time, I was making $8.10 an hour. So I got excited when they said they were going to give me a raise. So they said, well, we're going to pay you $8.50. So I said, wow, $8.50, what I'm going to do with the extra money? So I went ahead and went to the suite level, and I was up there hanging out with, you know, LeBron and Venus and Serena and all of them at the stadium doing our thing. You know, I'm up there doing security for them now at $8.50 an hour. And the Congresswoman came in. Well, at the time, she was a state representative running for Congress. And she say, hey, Ed, I see you with these celebrities all the time. I know you be doing security with them. You know, can you bring some of them to my fundraiser? Because I'm running for Congress. I said, absolutely. She said, okay, if you do, when I win, I want you to be my chief of security. I said, okay, cool. I can do that. So I was working with Jo Marie Payton. Y'all know her from Family Matters, right? So I told Jo Marie and Betty Wright, who I was the chief of security for 30 years. So we were supporting the Congresswoman, and the Congresswoman won. And of course, I became her chief of security in Congress. At the time, Barack Obama was running for president. No other black person supported him because they didn't know who he was. They was all on Hillary Clinton. So when he won, guess who the only person he really dealt with? Frederica Wilson. So anytime he came to town, guess who got the call? Frederica Wilson. And who went everywhere with her? You understand? Now, when I got that job paid me $40,000 a year. Okay? I started at what? $8.10. I went to what? Now I'm at what? I'm at $40,000 a year now, and I'm working with the Congresswoman. And I'm going around and I'm setting up programs for her, and I'm a veteran of the Marine Corps, so I was working with one of the commissioners with his Veteran Affairs Committee, and I'm at a meeting one day, and I'm sitting next to a gentleman who was there to recruit veterans for his security company. And I'm talking to him, and he says, yeah, you know, I'm with 50 State Security. I'm here to recruit veterans. And I told him, hey, listen, I have a security company, and if you're looking for a minority partner, I'm your guy. He said, really? I said, yes. He said, well, I might take you up on that. I said, okay, no problem. I handed him my card, because, you know, people be talking, right? He ain't calling. The next day, ring. Yes, is Mr. Haynes there? Yeah, this is Mr. Haynes. Yeah, this is John Williams from 50 State Security. We talked yesterday about you working on the subcontract with us. Are you still interested? I said, yeah, of course. He said, well, we're going to be putting in the bid package in 30 days. We're going to need for you to be prepared to put your package in with us in 30 days. I said, well, I'm going to have to run it by my board and make sure it's okay with them. So I walked down the hallway to the restroom, and I looked in the mirror, and I asked myself, did I want to have this contract? Of course, I agreed. And then we went back, and we told them we was down. 30 days later, we applied, we went in, we won the contract. That was 50 State Security that had the contract on the Dade County Metro Rail. The Metro Rail was a $130 million contract. I received 4% of that contract. I started at what? I went to what? And then 4% of what? Y'all figure it out. Now, the point here is not the 130 million. The point is, as a trained law enforcement officer, certified in defensive tactics, tactical driving, DUI detection, human diversity, in all of those fields, with all of those credentials, I was willing to go stand at the stadium for $8, $10 an hour. Today, we don't just have the Metro Rail. We have Dade County Public Schools from County Line Road to Homestead, okay? That young lady you see over there, that's Candace Haynes Forrester, okay? That's my daughter. She runs that contract. That's $15 million that she runs, okay? We also have a contract on Dade County Miami Airport. What's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is, if you believe and if you dream big enough with the right information, which you're going to be provided today by the best and the greatest resource, Mr. Grant Cardone.
So I gotta ask who got it? Who got my money? Say who got my money? Who got my money? Say who got my money? I gotta get it. What you gonna do about it? I'm gonna get it. Hey, deal estate. I hear the
He's got the right shield, but he does need some bling. Don't y'all agree? So let me throw a little. Look at this.
It's official.
That says 10X right there, okay? He is part of our team, a member, man. Appreciate you, okay? Okay.
Thank you, man.
Okay. Give him a standing ovation. Come on.
another deal right before the morning. Talking credit or cash, every question they ask, we gon' get to the bag. But they don't believe it, they say, how he achieve it.
Man, that was good. That was good. You guys good? No, you ain't good yet. Good is not someplace you want to stop. Okay, so my name's Grant Cardone, and I just want to tell you, first of all, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to my house. And yeah, thank you. And I just want to tell you, I'm reminded today. I met with a a man that if I mentioned his name, you would know his name. He's an A-list celebrity. He's been on TV for 30 years. He is a very, very, very powerful man that is black. On TV every day. Stands a little taller than me, very funny. I mean, like he's made the whole world laugh for years. You know who I'm talking about? I can't tell you who it is, but I can tell you the story. Okay? So I went to him maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know if we have a picture of Steve and myself on stage. And Steve was doing something in Atlanta with black and brown kids at his summer camp. And I said, Steve, I want to help, man. I want to help, Steve. I want to help. And he's like, you're white, man. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. Yeah, okay. So he's like, it ain't going to work. And I'm walking in this room today, and it made me so sad. That's okay. And then I realized what you guys get hit with every day. Yeah. Like that, you got to be hit with that every day. Because I was being discriminated against. Oh, wow. I wanted to help, man. I wanted to help. Yeah. Okay? So look, I am white. Please don't hold that against me. Okay? Okay? And you are clearly not white. Right? But I want to help. I want to help. So, but it's exactly what Ed was saying. Like if you won't receive my help, then I can't help you. But there's some things I know about money that will help you. And I'm going to tell you, you're never going to get better than good if you don't get money. Okay? You cannot change the condition of the black community will never change until you guys get assets. Okay? If you keep collecting bracelets, you got to shift your attention from the bracelet to the asset. I'm just saying. Okay? I was on a Clubhouse call the other night. How many of you are on Clubhouse? You know Clubhouse? You follow me on Clubhouse? I'm a maniac on Clubhouse. I'm going into rooms, white entitlement. I'm like, what does that even mean? I don't even know what it means. Please explain to me, okay? There's 1,500 people in there, all of color, talking about white entitlement. I'm like, please, I was the only white guy in the room. I stayed in there 3 hours to try to learn. What are we talking about? I don't know what it means. Please tell me. Please explain to me. What are we talking about? And I spent 3 hours there. 40% of the people that follow me are people of color. Okay? I'm 63 years old. Probably 60% of the people that follow me are probably under the age of 30 years old. 20% are probably under the age of 20. I have no idea how I have this connection with people except what Ed was talking about this morning about this thing right here. Reality. Affinity, reality, communication. Okay? Affinity. I got to like people. I gotta be like if you want the money game, okay? And we gave you a notebook, okay? If you don't use this notebook, shame on you. Okay? A great memory is never gonna beat a notepad. Like, give me a bad pencil, give me a broken pencil, give me a little bit of ink, man. I'm gonna throw it on a piece of paper and I'm gonna start collecting notes through my lifetime. Right? So I can start collecting little pieces of information. Not that someone else wrote, but that I took the time to write. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're writing your book now. How's this story going to end up? One of the TV channels. This is the planet we live on. It's a screwed up planet, man. It's crazy. I know you got used to this shit, but it's screwed up. You're used to gravity now, bad oxygen, dirty water. You got used to it, and you call it good. You call it better than maybe mom and daddy had it. Or better than another country, or better than somebody. You can always make sense of the condition of your life based on the condition of somebody else's life. But it still don't make sense. How y'all doing? Huh? How old are you? 7. Good, man. You're the age of my kids. Okay? So this is it right here. Right? And they're watching you. You know they're watching you, right? Every move you make. Every move you make, every word you whisper. So my reality right here is this is my room. This is my house. Okay, you can like me, not like me, but I came here today. I become real to you. Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this building's real. That's reality. It's a real building. This table, go ahead, hit that table right there. Go ahead and hit on it. Is it real? It's real. It's real. Okay, it's real. Ed's up here. It's real. Right? Those are things you got to hold on to. People will know you based on the things that you make real. Not just the things you say. It's not what you say. Oh, I did this and I did. Where's the receipt? These are receipts, man, right? Hey, that guy paid for that table. How did he do that? Okay, well, let me just go back a second and give you a little bit of reality. Because right now you probably think he's a white rich guy. True on both. And I apologize in advance. I am white, I apologize, and I'm rich as shit. And I'm looking for more. Because I can help more people if I got money. Yes, sir. Right? I cannot help anybody if I got empty pockets. If you come up to me today and say, hey, Mr. Cardone, can you help me out? Can you help me out? Man, I wish I could, but I can't. I want to. I know I was put here to help you, but look. Because when you go to Whole Foods or Publix tonight, guess what? Okay? God ain't coming out of your pockets and paying a bill. God, help me out, help me out. He will not pay the bill at Whole Foods. He does not get involved at that level. He's like, that's on you, dog. That's on you. That's called free will. Not free willy. It's called free will, okay? See, people take the God thing and they use it where they're comfortable, man. Okay, oh, I am blessed. Kevin Hart said, man, you blessed, man. I said, everybody's blessed, bruh. I'm proving it. Okay? If you take notes, the next time you hear somebody say, oh, I am blessed, everybody throws that around like it's pennies. I am blessed. We're blessed. Bless you. Let's go prove it. How about we prove that we're blessed? And how do you do that? By doing things. You got to do something. And this is why Ed was talking about definitions. If you're not doing things in big amounts, if you're not doing lots of things, it is because you have misunderstandings.
That's right.
I promise you. The dictionaries, I don't know if we still have those images up. I look up words every day. I look up words. What does that word mean? Okay? In fact, I was looking up some words this morning. And I just want to back up a second. I want to thank the 5,000 role models. Where are you guys at? 5,000 role models. Okay? All right in here? Huh? Everybody? Come on, where you at? You're not real to me. Where you at?
We have the 5,000 role model group brought in Florida Memorial because a lot of them were in school.
Well, there you are, man. And the other guys, where are they at? They at the, okay. There you go, okay. The Dr. Martin Luther King Parade and Festival, where are you guys at? Are you here? Okay, Queen Up's in the room. Yeah, there you see, you're getting real to me. Okay, now what's the point of that? If you don't show up, you're not real. This is what Ed was talking about. He showed up when there was no money involved. Like, man, I don't need money. I need opportunity if you're taking notes. I don't need money. I need an opportunity. But I need an opportunity with people that have money. You guys want to get out of the hood? You got to leave the hood. You cannot get out of the hood staying in the hood. You can't get opportunity with people that don't have opportunity. You can't get money if you're hanging around people that ain't got money. Okay, so I just want to bring you back. My life has not always been the life I have right now. When I was 10 years old, my dad died. Okay, we were a middle-class white family in Lake Charles, Louisiana, 5 kids, a mom and a dad. We lived in a 1,400 square foot house, 7 people. Lake Charles, Louisiana, not a nice place. It's not that great. It's Lake Charles. It ain't Miami. At least in Miami, you get to see hope. In Lake Charles, man, like there ain't nothing there. It's flat, swampy, a lot of water, a lot of rednecks, a lot of racism. It's Louisiana. Come on. So my dad, who was the provider of the household, he went to work every day. Got up early, went to work, dressed up, did his duty, man. He was doing one thing every day, going to work to take care of his family. He didn't want the big ride. He didn't want the big house. Those were dreams of his, but he wanted to take care of his family first. That was his duty and his obligation, take care of family. My dad died when I was 10. He was 52 years old. Heart blew up in his chest, stressed out of his mind. Okay? He knew how to get money and he knew how to keep it. He did not know the third equation of money that I'm going to share with you today. Okay? Uh-oh. They're right now when I say the third one. What's the third one, man? What's the secret? And my dad died, and this is what happened. My mom had paid everything off. Before my dad died, had paid the house off. The cars were paid off. He had life insurance. He did everything exactly by the book, the good book. Okay? He earned money, did not waste it. Saved the money, paid off the house, bought us a house, paid it off. Okay? Had life insurance in case something happened to him. Everything was in place. And then when he died, my mom went to scramble. How many of you got moms that are scrambling? I'm here because I watched my mother scramble. I'm here today with you because I watched my mom scramble. Okay? My dad died. Scramble? Scramble means I'm hurrying all over the place. I'm worried. I'm terrified. I'm rushing to hold on to stuff. Okay? Scrambled is clipping coupons. Okay? How many of you got your mom clips coupons and when she goes to the store, she's like, no, don't pick those blueberries up today. Those are on Saturday. Saturday, they drop in price, okay? Strawberries, you can't get strawberries on Tuesday. My mom knew every day to get stuff, okay? My mom knew the day to get stuff. Don't pick those strawberries up right now, son, okay? They're full price. We wait 3 days. Then we can get a deal. I said, yeah, but they half the size in 3 days. Nobody wants them in 3 days, right? Okay? So my mom was clipping coupons. We had a drawer in the house, in a pantry, where there was nothing but coupons. Save 40% off, 20% off, 10% off, okay? How many of you got a mama doing that? Saving the money, okay? You get close to that drawer, my mom would spank me. She'd be like, get away from that drawer. That's how we eat, okay? See, my mom was scared. When my mom should have been in grief, my mom was in terror, scrambling because she was terrified. Why? Because she didn't have any information. She knew my dad had gotten money. She knew how to hold it and keep it. But she did not know the third thing, how to multiply it. Okay? So these 3 things you got to learn about money. Number 1, how to get it. See, I don't have any money in my pocket right now. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get some. Keeps me on the hustle. I was telling my friend Damon John this. I said, Damon, I stay broke. Damon's like, hey, man, I need this. I said, Damon, I don't have any money. All my money is in assets. So I stay broke, Damon. Okay? There's my guy, Damon, right there. He's coming in 2 weeks to hang out with me. Love this dude. Okay? Damon John from Shark Tank. You know Damon? Show some of my friends up here. Let's get some reality going. Who are some of my friends? There's Damon, little man. There's Snoop, me and Snoop. We've hung out the last couple years. Okay? He comes out blowing his cush. All proud about blowing his cush, sticky all over his fingers at 7:30 in the morning. Hey, you want some? I'm like, no, not really. I just want to watch you do it. Okay, you want to be an idiot? Go ahead, man. Okay, I don't need it, man. I want to see, where's that glass at that Ed had up here? This man, if you guys, like I use drugs between the age of 15 and 25 every day. I use drugs. Okay, my mind did not look like that. It was worse. I couldn't see anything. By the way, when you look at this, everybody's pretty. You notice that? You end up with a bunch of ugly people in your life because you can't see anything. You can't see, man. So I started smoking weed when I was 16 years old. By the time I was 17 years old, I was a full-blown drug addict. I would use any drug put in front of me, I would use it. Every day for 10 years. Everything. You name it, I did it. I was 130 pounds. Who's 130 pounds in the room? Stand up, sir. Come here. This is what I looked like. My frame was 50 pounds less than what I am right now because of drugs. Okay? Because I was always built to be this. Come on, man. Get in the gym. Get in the gym. Get in the gym or get off them drugs. Now, you know I'm kidding, right? You know I'm kidding, right? Okay. So So every day for 10 years, and I was medicating because of the loss of my dad. And because, two things, because of the loss of my dad, I was medicating, and because I couldn't help my mom. I didn't have any money. I just wanted to get my mom out of fear. I'm like, how do I get her out of fear? When I was 16 years old, I made a decision. I'm going to be somebody one day. I'm going to get so successful. And I told my mom, I said, if I ever make it, if I ever possibly make it, I'm going to help people. And I'm here today to help you. Okay, I'm here today to give back and to give you some information that might be helpful for you. I just want to share a little bit with you about money. I spent 17 years in schools, okay? There's my friend Magic Johnson, okay? Guy's super wealthy. Look what he's done. Went from being a basketball star to building businesses. What else we got in there, guys? Yeah, Gloria Mayfield. Y'all know Gloria Mayfield? Oh my God, she's an amazing woman, built one of the biggest network marketing groups in the world. There's my guy, Steve, right? Steve Harvey, okay? I've been with Steve. Les Brown, okay? Who's this? Okay, Rick was on my stage, okay? Rick's like, who are you, man? Who are you? I said, what do you mean? He's like, you put 34,000 people in Marlins Stadium. 34,000 people. Hey, I put more people in Marlins Stadium than Derek Jeter and the Marlins the whole season. Okay. Who's this guy? Flo Rida. Okay, these are my friends, man. Okay, who's this guy? Oh my God, what an amazing human being. Okay, you can see this video, this YouTube, because I'm interviewing Kevin not about his jokes. He ain't a joke. He's an example. Like, what did he do? Okay, if all you see is the joke, you're missing the story. Right? If all you see is where I'm at today, you're missing the rest of the story, dude. You should find people that have made it like I'm finding people that make it and say, tell me how you made it. How did you get there? What did you avoid doing if you're taking notes? When you get around successful people, number one, you should congratulate them and thank them for being successful. Thank you for being an example. Like if I could meet Jesus, I'd be like, hey man, first of all, thank you for making your game known. Okay? Number two, okay, I don't need to ask you how you did it. It's been written about. Number three, what would you do today if you were me? Like, tell me, kind of fluff me along the way here. Right? What do you see that I can't see? So, number one, when you get around successful people, say, thank you for being successful. Because if you hate on it, you can't have it. And I know a lot of people, man, first response is to hate on it. You want to hate on what other people don't have. Okay, Floyd Mayweather showed up at my event. I didn't pay Floyd. Floyd showed up. I want to be part of your thing, man. Okay, 50-0. He wanted to be there to talk to me about business. These guys want to be around me because of what I do. Because I'm real. They see the building. It's a real building. Oh, y'all know this guy? Thinks he can sing and stuff. Thinks he's all pretty usher, you know? Okay, these are my friends, folks. Okay, these are my friends. I have these friends because of what I have done. Not what I know, but what I have done. So I want you to walk out of here today saying, hey, what am I doing? And if you aren't doing, it is because you have some information that is incorrect. I promise you, it is not because you're lazy. There is no such thing as a lazy person. How many in the room have been called lazy before? You are not lazy. That is false. It is untrue. It is not true. She can't even raise her hand. She's like, I can't. I'm so lazy. I can't. Because when people label you like that, and then you try to make sense of why you're not doing things, and you accept the label, oh, I can't do it because I'm lazy. Oh, I can't do it because I'm a woman. Oh, I can't do it because I'm too young. Oh, I can't do it because I'm black. You're accepting labels. This is the third party that Ed was talking about. It creates conflict in you. You understand? I could be in conflict with myself because of something he said. And I agreed with it, and I'm like, oh, he said I'm lazy, so I'm lazy. He said I'm too young, so I'm too young. He said I'm too this or too that, and so I can't. You got it? So this morning I'm looking up a couple of words that have something to do with what you guys are doing. The circle of brotherhood, Queen Up movement, circle of commerce. Do you guys know what the word commerce means? Do you? Or you just say you do? I'm like, shit, I don't know what that means. I need to look up the word commerce. Okay? I got to look up the word commerce. I don't know what the word commerce means. We have 7 companies that are doing $150 million this year. We have $2.2 billion worth of real estate. And I don't know what the word commerce means. I'm like, dang, maybe I should look up the word. Okay? The circle of commerce. Commerce means the activity of buying or selling at a large scale. Commerce. There's commerce going on. Activity. Okay? People are buying or selling in large quantities. So if you're doing me and Ed do one deal, that is not commerce. Okay, by definition, the activity of buying and selling on a large scale. It also uses the word in commerce, currency. You guys heard this word before, currency? Okay, where does the word currency come from? Current, circulation. Okay, listen. In 1650, the definition of currency was the condition of flowing or to run, to move. It would flow. Money would flow. I'm teaching you about money right now. We're talking about money and we're talking about commerce. See, my mama did not have the definitions. She had the faith. She was a good person. She was ethical. She was conservative. She had her kids first. All that she had in place. But she did not understand that to have money, you must let money flow. An empty vessel cannot feed you. Okay? It can be filled, but if you're empty, you're empty. Where's my bag at, Annie? Where's my bag? Y'all took my bag away? I got to have my bag, man. Get the bag. Y'all ever heard that thing? Get the bag, get the bag? Get the bag. Where's that bag at? Say, everybody, get the bag, get the bag, get the bag. Where's the bag? I want the bag. Yeah, but have you guys decided what's in the bag? Okay, thank you, Annie. There's the bag. Okay, right? So I don't know what this is, maybe 1.5 inches. My wife's like, I need 1.5 inches. I need 1.5 inches. That's all you want? Yeah, that'll do it. And then she goes in my bag and it's gone, okay? So watch. This is money. This is what people want so much of, right? And this is why so many people, how many of you know people that got it and then lost it all? They get it. Ed was taking money, he'd get $8 an hour or whatever, and somebody pays him $100, and somebody pays him $800, and somebody pays him $8,000, and a guy wins a lottery, whatever. You get the money. Now what? Number 1 rule, get the money. Everybody with me? Get the money. Everybody's like, can I get it? See, you got that conflict going right now. You got that conflict. Skinny man's like, shit, it's close. It's close. Should I get it? Should I get it? I think I should get it because of what he called me earlier. I should get it. Okay, so check it out. See, here's the deal, right? You guys think this is mine, so you don't take it from me. You're like, I can't take it, it's his. This is not my money. Whose money is this? Could be yours. Okay, this money, before it was my money, it was somebody else's. Everybody agree with that? I'm gonna make this so simple. I spent 17 years and went in debt trying to understand money and knew nothing when I was done. Okay, I'm just gonna make this simple for you. This money, it's got Ben Franklin on it. Who was Ben? I thought he was the president. Guy's not even, all I know for sure is I cannot trust him. I look at him, I'm like, not trustworthy. Does he look trustworthy to you? Okay, come on, fix your hair. Okay, so this month, this piece of paper right here, I'm like, whose was this before I had it? Because if you can go back to what happened happened before this happened and understand where it's coming from and tie it together with the commerce and circulation. Okay, if you want money, you must meet people. It's not the bank that has this money. It's not the institution or a company. There's a person, okay? Right now, I have this money, but this is not my money. This is somebody else's money that I get to hold on to for a moment. You understand? Okay, so number one rule of money. How do I get it? Is that simple enough? Get it, earn it. But once you get it, now what? How do I keep it? How do I keep it? Well, you can't invest it immediately. You got to keep it, and then you got to make some decisions. This is where most people get hung up right now. Most people get it and they keep it. You got a job, anybody can get a job. You can get a job. I'm going to get $50 an hour or $25 an hour or $15 an hour. But the government's not going to tell you, okay, once you get it, now what? What's your move? What's your play? I'm going to tell you what happens with people that get lazy. People that get lazy are losing. They're losing in life. If I keep losing over and over and over again, I lose. I try something, I lose again. I try something, I lose again. Then me and him hang out, and we both losing. And then the three of us are hanging out, and all three of us are losing. And the next thing I look up, I'm like, you know what? I just don't have any motivation for life. Man, I'm losing too much. Winning's underrated. Y'all need to win. Okay? So when I get money and then I lose the money, I'm like, I don't want anything to do with this money. You understand? When I get it and then somebody rips me off of it, I'm like, I'd just rather not have it. How many heard this before? Money won't make you happy. Yeah. How many heard it before? Money won't make you happy. That's from somebody that failed with money. Okay? Okay, you want to write this down. The next time you hear somebody say money won't make you happy, it's somebody that failed with money. And now they're trying to make sense of it. Okay? The girlfriend tells the girlfriend, I hate relationships. Relationships suck. They just too much work. Because she just failed in a relationship. Right or wrong? Man, I'm done playing sports, man. It's overrated, man. It's done. I hate this school. Boom, because he failed at school. Right? So we withdraw from the event. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Okay? So number one, you got to earn it. I got to get it. There's plenty of it, by the way. This is the infinite sign. Just to establish, if you don't have money right now, you're probably trying to make sense of why you don't have it. Everybody agree? You're like, man, there must be a shortage of it. There's a shortage of money. So you're like, there's no money anywhere. And the girl tells her girlfriend, and there's no good guys either. They're all dogs. And I'm like, woof, woof. You know? And rich people, how many heard this before? Rich people are not happy. You know, they're not happy. They're miserable people. Okay, all right, whatever. Shit, if I'm going to be miserable, I'd like to be rich. I don't want to be unhappy and broke. Okay. Hey, money's not everything. Money's not everything. Okay, but they take it everywhere. It might not be everything, but everybody takes it. Everybody agree? So who told you these things? Okay, how about this? A penny saved is what? It's a penny. Don't complicate this shit. A penny is a penny. Ain't nobody in the room bothering to pick one up. Right? She won't even pick them up. She's like, nope, mama, you can get it. I ain't picking up a penny. It's not worth it. Everybody with me? Y'all with me? Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? Come on, man. Okay, because if you can't get attention, you cannot get money. Are you here? Are you here? See, you live as 7 billion people. This TV crew was going to come in here and shoot this today. They were on their way to NBC or one of the networks were coming here to shoot this. You know what happened on the way over here? Hey, we can't make it. We got to go. We're going to go chase a car wreck. Insanity. See, you lost out because of a car wreck. Your movement, what you want to do, what you want to get known, the attention you need was squashed because some idiot hit some other idiot. And neither one of them will take responsibility for it. They're just going to file the insurance claim. So let's see if I can make some money out of this. My point is this. Your ability to get attention and keep attention is the same thing as money. Okay? Like, I want to get attention. How many believe this? Getting attention is an important thing. Hey, hey, hey. See, you can't do that over and over, can you? Hey, hey, hey. See, Kevin Hart. Why do you think we know Kevin Hart? Because he got attention. Why do you know Steve Harvey? Because he got attention. Why do we know Usher? Because he got attention. You with me? If you want money, you have to get attention. Money follows attention. That's right. Okay? There's no shortage of money on this planet. There's more money on this planet than there are iPhones. Do you understand this? There's more money on this planet than there are phones. There's more money on the planet than there are cars. There's more money on this planet than there are people by thousands of times. There's more money on this planet than there are clothes, kids, dogs, cats, cows, phones, cars, you name it, man. They just print money. You don't need to make it. You don't need, I gotta go make some money. It's against the law. It's against the law to make money. All you got to do is get it. And how do I get it? I gotta impress her. I gotta get attention. Okay? So getting attention is the same as money. Money follows attention. Once I get the attention, I got to keep the attention. Am I doing a good job of keeping your attention right now? You know, I was listening to Ed. I'm like, man, this guy's a master. Give him a big hand again. Give him another big hand. Come on. No, a big one. Come on. Come on. Give him a big hand. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. See, you guys have the energy. You got the energy. You have permission. Man, be loud and noisy. You guys have an advantage over white people. You guys know how to express yourselves. You know, Kevin Hart said, man, why you got so many black people manage your events? I'm like, because you guys are more fun. You're more fun, you're more interesting. Shit, you create culture everywhere you go. You create the dress, the shoes, the music. It is what it is. Like if you guys can't see that, you're blind. Something wrong with you, man. You can't see that everywhere you go, we follow. I want to wear that. I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to be there. I want to, right? This morning, I get a DM on Instagram from a guy named, let's see if you know this guy. I'm just going to get the Rev here, my friend, man. I love this man so much. Let's see. I want you to read this because he's my receipt. Okay, let's see here. This is my receipt right here. Hold on. I'm looking for it. Who? Oops. Yeah. Who is that right there?
Which one?
Right there, with the little blue check mark.
Damon Dash.
Damon Dash.
Damon Dash.
Y'all know who Dame Dash is? Dame this morning is telling me, hey, what up, bro? Give me a call when you get a chance. I'd like to pick your brain about raising money. Wow. I said, good, I'll reach you out tomorrow. What's your number? 310. Bang, bang, bang. Y'all want me to call him right now? Y'all know who Dame Dash is? You sure? Why is he calling me and not you? If he's your man, did he call you this morning? No, I'm his man. Okay. So look, number one right here, you got to get attention. You got to get attention. Then you got to keep the attention. How many parents here? When you get your kids' attention, ask them, do I have your full attention right now? Because they're all over the place. Okay? So do I have your full attention? I need your full ask permission for the attention when you're with a customer or you're trying to raise money. Do I have your full attention before you do your presentation? Do I have your full attention? Yes, you do. Good. Let's go. Now I got to keep it. See, so he was using props earlier. It got your attention when he started doing the cups. I can see you in the back of the room. Like, what's he got? What's in? Right? You got to learn how to keep people's attention. Can't just get it. Same thing with money. You can't get it and lose it. And then I have to figure out the third step is how do I multiply it? And this is what very few people ever learn how to do. Ed and I have been friends for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years, maybe more. When I walked in today, I was like, Sherry, Ed's in the security business. We should hire him. She's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, why haven't we hired him? Because he got my attention, and then we went some other place. So we didn't keep it. Because if you can't keep it, if you get it and can't keep it, I'm going to hire whoever's close to me. Would you agree? Amen. I'd rather flow the money to him. Right? And I know he'd rather me flow it to him. and you guys would be better off if I flow it to him. Everybody with me? Okay. So look, you got to get in the flow. Currency comes from the word current. Okay. Your mama and daddy are saving money. And the moment you save it, you stop the flow. This is why charity is so important. Okay. Energy is so important because if I hold on to the energy, I won't have more energy. You can't save energy anymore. You can save money or people. Like I need to multiply people. You got it? So I get a relationship. That person has money, has connections, knows people, is in some business. I got to meet people. Everybody agree? Anybody in the room ever been told you're an introvert? You ain't an introvert. Stupid. There ain't no label for it. There's no reality on an introvert or an extrovert. Okay? It's just completely ridiculous. Any more than he's lazy. Any more than he's black, man. If I cut him wide open, I won't know what color he is. Everybody agree? Like it's ridiculous what we're saying, man. We're all brothers and sisters. Okay? I guarantee if we got invaded by another planet, nobody would care about the race on this planet. We'd be like, fight them. Let's go, man. They're going to take us over. And we'd all unite for a second. So this is what I want. I want friends that know how to get attention because I know that if I have friends that get attention, I can have more friends and we can multiply that attention. Okay, I got 2 little girls, okay? 2 little guys, 8 and 10. They're going to end up with, they have everything. One of my kids has never been on a commercial airlines, American Airlines. She's like, Papa, you think one day we could fly on American Airlines? I hope not. I hope that never happens to you. Heaven forbid you have to sit in one of those seats. But look, if you want to, shit, I'll buy you a ticket. Okay, you'll come running back to me. So if my kids do the right things, they'll never want for anything. But they still have to learn how to do this. How do I get it? Once I get it, how do I keep it long enough so that I can learn how to multiply it? Okay? Kevin Hart, one of the hottest people on the planet today. If he does not learn how to continue to multiply the attention he gets for Kevin Hart, sooner or later, like all celebrities, ball players, rappers, businesses, we die off. There is no end to this cycle, by the way. It's a circle, circulation. I was fascinated by all the circles on your logos. They're endless. They circulate and they're connected with one another, right? So it's like this. This is the flow of money. I need to be in the flow of money, and then I need to let it get bigger and bigger. And I need to kick out anybody that doesn't want to stay in the circulation of the money game, okay? You don't want to play, you want to go spend time on drugs, good. You want to spend your time in strip joints, great. You go do your thing, I'm going to do my thing. I got to keep the main thing, and the main thing for me is to make sure I can take care of myself, my family, my money, so I can help myself, my family, and their families. And I can't do that if I got empty pockets. Money will not make you happy, folks. I promise you that. It won't make you happy. Okay? Poverty will do nothing for anyone. Money won't make you happy and can't buy happy. Poverty buys nothing. And if you want your community to change, you have to figure out this little simple cycle. I was on a clubhouse call the other night, and they're talking about this guy in Atlanta. They're trying to coordinate with the politicians to make sure that this building that goes up, that they have the jobs in the buildings. I'm like, hey guys, excuse me, I raised my little hand on, You know, everybody's hands like this big on Clubhouse. And I raised my hand. They said, Mr. Cardone, what do you want to say? I said, quit trying to get jobs. Buy the whole damn building. If you buy the building, then you can guarantee who works in the building. What are you guys worried about jobs for, man? Get the asset, okay? Don't worry about the Richards. You don't need the Richards. You see people out there popping. I'm looking for a Richard. I'm looking for a Paddock. I'm looking for a Lambo. I'm looking for a Ferrari. Get those assets. Get the assets that you can keep, that multiply and provide you and your families with money, okay? And you're not too young to learn this game. The game is about people, folks. White people, brown people, black people, Asian people. Like, the game is about how do I connect with people that have something. I can help them with what they have. I can help them keep and multiply. Do we have that little clip? You guys want to play that little clip? You got that little clip, Francisco? And then I just want to open it up to questions. We don't want to keep you here too long today. Have you enjoyed your visit here? Yeah. Okay. What are the three things you need to know about money? Get it? No. Now we're going to do it like this. Okay, you repeat after me. Get it? Keep it? Number 3, multiply it. Okay. You can't multiply it if you lose it. And you can't multiply it if you save it. See, your parents are saving money. Save the money, save the money, save the money, save for a rainy day. How many heard that before? Dude, I ain't saving for a rainy day. I'm going to invest for every day in the future. Okay, play the clip.
I lost my dad at the age of 10. My mother was left to raise 3 wild teenage boys. Being without a dad left me in grief, anger, and resentment. By the age of 16, I had become openly rebellious and turned to drugs. I hated school, authority figures, the people around me, and mostly I hated myself. I'm proof that good kids without a dad can turn bad. Kids without fathers, increased behavioral problems, higher risk of drug and alcohol abuse, more likely to commit crimes, twice the dropout rate, 4x the poverty rate, and kids without fathers represent 63% of all suicides. Help me help kids without fathers. They need your help. I need your help.
You know, thank you, Verdell. So one of the problems in communities is the father's gone. It doesn't mean he's physically gone. It means he's at work in some cases, and he can't be an example. Or he's working 2 shifts. Like, I needed a dad. Okay, mothers are unbelievable. They're phenomenal. I was raised by a mother, but I needed a dad. Okay, I needed a man that was ethical. I needed a man that was an example. This is why we watch TV. We're looking for examples. Okay, we had this conference 3 years ago now at the Miami Marlins Stadium. 34,000 people were in the room. 34,400 people. On Super Bowl weekend. Okay, crazy, insane. I did it for a story. I did it to get attention, keep attention, and multiply it. I could do something one time and people would talk about it for decades. Okay, so true story. There's the 3rd largest cocaine dealer in the state of Florida was in the stadium. 3rd largest cocaine dealer. I'm like, find out why he's here. Somebody goes up to him. Hey man, why are you here? Mr. Cardone wants to know why you're here. I want to 10x my business. True story. This is a true story. He's like, I'm tired of being number 3. I want to be number 1. I want to 10x my business. I said, you're welcome to be here. Did you hear the story? Did you get it? I said, you're welcome to be here. Good to have you here, man. I'm not trying to change his mind right now. I got him where he was. I said, we're going to 10x your business, big boy. Okay? On Sunday, he comes up to me. Thank you very much for having me here. I said, what'd you learn? He's like, for me to 10x my business, I have to get out of the drug trade. So just so you guys don't have this 10x thing, there it is right there. That's a lot of people in that place, man. That's stupid, right? 10x means it's a multiplier. 10x is about number 3 on this page. How do I start multiplying? $1, turn it into $10. $10, 100. 100, turn it into 1,000. My kids, we homeschool our kids. So both my kids, if you ever get a chance to meet them, they did not learn how to count beyond 10 because I told them it was unnecessary. And they're like, it goes like this, 0. What's the first number? The first number is 0. See? Well, let's go to 1. Well, why don't you do 0 first? That's where you're starting. There's nothing wrong with being at 0. It's your circle. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When they got to 10, I'm like, you got that? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom, they get good at it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. They're good at that. And I'm like, what do I do now, Papa? Skip to 100. You don't need to do 11 and 12. Teenage years are terrible. Just skip. Skip. Because if you're just going to go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, just skip. Skip, folks. If you go from 10 to 100, okay, and say, hey, I'm going to speed up my success. I'm going to go where I'm going. I'm going to go get it now. Okay, Alexander the Great was 16. Jesus Christ was 33. Look at the people on this planet that have done something at a young age. Your age is not holding you back. What's holding you back is urgency. If I'm urgent to provide and take care of people, if I know the rules of the game, it's not a fair game. Everybody agree? The game's not fair, man. The cards are stacked against you guys. You know they're stacked against you, right or wrong. So do something about it. Get it, keep it, and make sure everybody in your community does not blow it. Make sure you start hanging around people to quit blowing their chances, because every time they blow their chances, it blows your chances. You got to protect the circle. And how do you protect the circle? Have a lot of ethics in the circle. This is our mission. Our mission is to improve the quality of our lives. We need money and we need assets. We need resources, and mostly we need success. I need him to be successful. I need her to be successful. The more people I got around me that's successful, the better chance I got. Oh, he can do it. I can do it. They can do it. She did it. He did it. I can do it. And then we can do it. Okay? So play that other video. You got that poppin' video? That's the one I wanted, the fun one. You don't have that? Okay.
GrowthCon video.
Yeah, the GrowthCon video. I want to show you guys what we do here. Anything that we can do to help you, okay? This little book, we gave this to you. I want to make sure you get a copy of this before you leave here today. 38 pages. It's not going to overwhelm anybody. It's not too many big words in here. I think the biggest word in here is money. And everybody knows what money is, right? Okay? I want you guys to do well. If I see you out on the streets, I see you at Aventura, I see you downtown, you got to stop and say hi to me, all right? Okay? The code with me is this. When you see me on the street, see me in the car, you just do this. Can y'all do this? That's 10X. 10X means you're going to make your life better. You're going to make your life so many times better that you are, by your efforts, by accident, you will make the lives of other people better, okay? Thank you guys for being here today. We're going to do some Q&A. I want you guys to ask, thank you very much, thank you very much. I want you guys to ask Ed any questions, anything that you might not have understood that Ed was saying. He was dropping jewels up here. If I can answer a few of your questions while you're here today, we're happy to. Okay, yes ma'am.
I have a question for you.
Yes ma'am.
If your father didn't pass away so early, you would be who you are today?
No. No, I don't. I think he would have, because my dad was a really strong man. And I think I would have probably, you know, sometimes that tree grows faster when it's on its own. So, like, I'll tell you this, that I got stunted. My growth got stunted because I spent a lot of time talking about losing my dad. It was unnecessary because I got around some people that said, oh man, your problem is you lost your dad. That's your problem. I'm saying, okay, all right, shit, sounds good to me. I don't know what my problem. I know I got some problems. Shit, who's got problems in the room? Raise your hand if you got problems. Good. The only person I'm worried about in this room is the guy that didn't raise his hand. I just worry about the people that don't think they got problems. No, I'm good. I'm all good. I said, oh, good. We stay away from you. Okay, so I had problems. The problem I had was not that I lost my dad. My problem was I lost my way.
You said that you went through a period
5. Yeah.
What got you on your feet to allow you to be where you're at today?
Yeah, so let me get this. Huh? It's good, isn't it? You guys can have all this you want, man. Like, it's crazy. There's so much of this. You can have all you want, man. You can have all you want. Until then, you can have all you want, okay? You can have it all. You can have all this times 1,000. You just got to figure out how to exchange with me, right? Because circulation is current, right? You can't just grab it. So, by the way, if you get lucky with money one time, you don't know anymore. If you steal it, you're like, okay, I got to go steal it again. Nah, that's not fun. So you got to figure out how to earn it, keep it, and then multiply it. So one day it starts working for you. Ben Franklin works harder for me than he did when he was alive. Her question is, look, you were on drugs from 15 to 25, and what was the last part of it?
What got you to where you are today? What allowed you to
Yeah.
become you and stay
Yeah, so I was 25, I'm 60, so this was 30 whatever years ago, right? So first thing I had to do was clean up my life. I had to clean up my life, and I had to clean up the damage I had done. I couldn't just stop using drugs. I needed to stop and then say, okay, now I got to clean up all the people I screwed. Because if you're using drugs, you're lying to people. You're cheating people. You're betraying people. You're betraying yourself. Like, I had to clean up all the damage I did. I did a lot of damage. And I had to clean up my own sense of self so that I'd look in the mirror and say, okay, you're cleaned up and you cleaned up your mess. Now, once you do that, now I got to start doing some good things. And I was 25 years old. Man, I didn't have any money. I was $40,000 in debt, had no friends. I was the black sheep of my family. My family wouldn't even mention my name in public. And I'm like, I'm going to rebuild this one day at a time. I'm just going to rebuild. And how do you rebuild? You do stuff. You can't just learn stuff. You got to do stuff. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask you, I'm in the music business, and I only do positive hip-hop music. You know, I believe that hip-hop has the power to change our community. One of the challenges that I face is that it's hard to access startup capital. And so I'm working a job full-time, serving in the community.
Right.
And I'm using that money to finance the business. It's very challenging for the family and all that.
Yeah, of course, man, of course.
So how do I access startup capital?
So you got to change your mind. You got to change your mind about it's hard to do it. It's hard to do it the way you're doing it. And as long as you believe, as long as your reality is this hard to do it, it's going to keep being hard to do it. Right? Like, if you think you're not good at something, you're never going to be good at it. Like, one thing is being honest with yourself. Another thing is like, okay, I got to figure out what I don't know to do this. And you're asking the question, you're in the right room. You got to get in rooms where people have money, where there's startup capital. So if you guys get a chance, I did this show called Undercover Billionaire last year. If you hadn't seen it, it's on Discovery Plus. I get dropped off in a town with no money. I don't know if you have any of those images, guys. I get dropped off in Pueblo, Colorado. You ain't going there. You're not welcome there. Don't stop there. I'm just telling you right now. Pueblo, Colorado. I get dropped off with $100. This is what Discovery Channel gave me, $100, and said, your job is to build $1 million business. No, show not that. Show the videos where I'm shaved head, man, where I look like Louis Curtis. I changed my name, can't use my name, can't use my contacts, can't do business with people I know, and I got to take $100 and turn it into $1 million business. So I had your problem. I had to eat. I had no place to eat, no food. Yeah, that's me right there. That's me right there. Okay, and yeah. That's the hardest thing I ever did in my life. But the point of the story is to answer your question, where do I find the startup capital? You got to get in the rooms with people that have capital. You have to get in the room. You'll never fund your business. You'll never fund your business. You need to find the right places to start having those conversations with the right people. So what I would do is I'd make a list of 10 people that could change your life. Every day I sit down, who could change my life today? I did it this morning. Who do I need to meet that I don't know yet that could change my life? Your life's not, you cannot get out of the hood hanging out in the hood. You got to change your neighborhood. You want to change your neighborhood? Change. You want to change? Change. To change, you got to change. How do you change? You change. How do you get out of the zip code? Change. Okay, don't try to buy a house in your neighborhood because you can afford it. It's a trap. That's not a house, that's a trap house. Okay? See, this is what the banks are holding you guys down because you're playing by their rules. Hey, we'll give you a loan, only 3% down. You can live in the neighborhood next to your mom. You need to get out of that neighborhood. You need to go some other place where you can build a business, not a house. You guys are collecting houses. You don't need a house. You need a business. Or be in business with someone and start raising capital.
When I grow up, I want to be in real estate. What is the first thing that I do?
He said, come up here, man. That's awesome, dude. How old are you, man?
9.
He's 9 years old. Keep that up there and just take this down just for a second, all right? If you get it from me, man, or if you give it to me, then it's going to be great. If he's got the COVID, I want it from him. Right? Everybody with me? This is a good dude right here. Give him a big hand. Come on, give him a big... Come on, man. That's how you going to do it? You going to raise money from that? Okay, so tell your question again.
When I grow up, I want to be in real estate. What is the first thing that I do?
Okay, well, the first thing, you've already done the first thing. You got around a good guy that knows a lot about real estate. Number one, hang out with people that do real estate, okay? And then I'll teach you the rest of the game. Let's get in my real estate program. You can start studying that, all right? Okay? Okay? You're awesome. You're awesome. Let's go buy some real estate together, man. I like that. Why do you want to buy real estate?
Because it's a good investment.
He didn't say, I want it, Richard. I want to buy a watch or a car. He says, I want to buy real estate because he probably wants to take care of somebody in his family. Okay, did you have a question, young lady? Come on up here. Come on up here. And hey, guys, when people get up here, you got to blow up on them. Blow up on them. Blow up.
Mr. Cardone, I have a question. How can you gain attention on social media?
Well, you're doing it right now. We get a picture of this right here. Bang, bang. Okay, did you get a good smile? Take that off. Take that off. Take that off just for a second. Okay, so I'm gonna blow you up today. You on Instagram? Okay, make sure they get your Instagram. I'm gonna tag you. I'll tag you. I'll get you a bunch of followers.
Thank you.
And then
It's Michaela._Wayla.
Huh?
Michaela._Wayla.
Oh, you're giving me the Instagram? Make sure everybody's got your attention when you do it. See, like they were all still clapping and I couldn't hear it, so you got to get attention.
Okay, it's Michaela._Wayla.
Do I have your full attention?
Okay.
Ask him. Do I have your full attention?
Do I have your full attention? Yeah. My Instagram is Michaela._Wayla and my YouTube channel is Michaela Wayla.
No, just do one of them. Don't have them go two places. People will not go to two places. They go to one place.
Michaela._Wayla. That's my
what is it
Instagram.
again?
Michaela._Wayla.
What is it again?
Michaela._Wayla.
What is it? One more time.
Michaela._Wayla.
Now I got it. I got it now. Eva, follow her.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
How did you invest in your businesses? Like, how did you multiply?
So what it means to multiply money is that let's say I earn $1,000. I'm going to take the $1,000 and I'm going to take the whole $1,000 and rather than keeping it or buying stuff with it, I'm going to reinvest it in my business and my brand. And then $1,000, if I reinvest it and not save it at the bank, when you got saved money at the bank, who wins? The bank, man. Like y'all in a casino. Planet Earth is a casino. It's a casino. You understand? Hey, save your money with us. What do they do with it? Just watch what they do as soon as they get it. Do what they do. They lend it out. So look, if you're going to multiply it, don't save it with the bank. Lend it out. Put it back on the streets. Oh, that's risky. No, risky is doing what you're doing right now. Y'all been doing this for 400 years. Like, God dang, when are you going to finally change the programming? Like you look up and you're like, hey, we all hurting. We all hurting. Like we ain't all stupid. So why are we all hurting? Because you're playing by the wrong set of rules. You just got the wrong rule book. You guys ever been to Las Vegas? You said that little how to play blackjack anybody ever read that book? How to Play 21? You still lose. I'm convinced that book was written by the casino. Yes, sir.
How do you get customers?
How do you get customers? You get attention. Same way you get money. You got to get attention. What's your business? What do you do?
I do custom art and custom art.
He needs to start talking about, I do custom art, I do custom art, I do custom art, and I do custom art. And that's all he ought to be talking about. His braids ought to be having custom art. I do custom art. Okay? So like you got to, like I wear this little this thing around me. Guess what it says? It don't say Nike. It says 10X. 10X is my thing. Okay, yes ma'am. Well, that's interesting. You know, if I look it up in the dictionary, it's one thing. For me, it's reaching my potential. What am I capable of? It's not a car or a plane. What can I do next? Success is not what I've done. It's what I can do, my potential. How many of you have more potential than you're delivering on right now? There you go. Success is that thing. Let me go reach my potential. And it can be different for somebody that's 10 years old than it is for somebody 60 years old. It's different for me when I was 20 than it is today where I'm at today. Yes, ma'am.
Can you give a specific example of how you would teach your kids that concept of keeping it multiplied?
Yes, so with my kids, the way I would give my kids, my 12-year-old, okay, Sabrina, once you get attention, do you have that clip? Let me find the clip of Sabrina. Once you get attention, Sabrina, you have to keep it, and then you got to get the audience to multiply. Because I can't keep getting the attention. You understand? I can't personally just keep getting it. I have to get others to start talking about me. Will you guys talk about me? Will y'all talk about me when you leave here?
Yes, sir.
What's my name? No, my name is Grant Cardone. Okay, that's my name. My name's Grant Cardone. What's my name?
Grant Cardone.
Yeah, on Instagram, I'm Grant Cardone. Did y'all know that? Who am I on Instagram?
Grant Cardone.
On Twitter, and I hate Twitter, I'm Grant Cardone. On YouTube, love of my life, I am Grant Cardone. It's crazy, dude. On Snapchat, guess who I am?
Grant Cardone.
See how I'm multiplying myself? I just find distribution places to start on the side of the building, what does it say? That's what it says. The flag up front, Grant Cardone. Okay? A couple years ago, that we had about 25 billboards in town. Grant Cardone, 10X Growth Conference. Okay, so this is my... Go ahead and play the video, Johnny. Can you play from the beginning? I'm using YouTube right here to educate my kid and get attention.
Okay. Money will not make you happy, young lady.
But it can buy me a jet.
That it can buy a jet.
You
In fact, that's the lesson I want to teach you, okay?
It can buy me a jet.
Money will not make you happy, okay? It can buy advertising to build the Cardone name, Cardone capital name. It can buy date night. By the way, we're going on a date night tonight, right?
No, not really.
Yeah, we are. We're going on a
Not even nighttime.
yeah, date night, okay? It could buy a watch.
I love watches.
It could buy... Oh, it can't buy happiness. Let's keep this one out here. We know that. You know that? Repeat that to me.
It says that it can.
No, she says the people that say money can't buy happiness,
But it can't solve your problems.
can't solve your problems. But money can actually buy a vacation.
I love vacations.
Okay, it can buy food.
Yeah, I need that.
It can buy Cheetos. It can buy a good place to live, like Castile Creek.
Nope.
But look, money can't buy anything else. Now, if I could it could buy a purse for Mama for her birthday, right? Now, let me show you another look. That's one thing. Money can't buy happiness. You agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, this money right here.
That's good, Francisco. So the point is, what am I doing in this video, okay? I'm multiplying it on YouTube by showing this video while I teach my daughter and get attention to other people. My goal is to help 7 billion people on this planet. I'm like, let's help everybody. Okay? Let's help them all. I can't help everybody because not everybody wants help. But I can go for it. First thing I got to do if I want to help people is I got to get their attention. If I don't get their attention, we lost attention for your Your good works, we lost it to a car wreck this morning or a car chase. And that's what you're competing with every day. You're competing with people's attention units. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I got my students in CG Bethel. I just wondered, all of them wanted to be entrepreneurs. What advice would you give the students of CG Bethel 16 to 18?
Number one, I would tell your students, number one, quit talking about that you're 16 to 18. Nobody cares how old you are. If you're great don't have an age. Like, I don't care. How old are you?
I'm 7.
Are you great? Good enough for me. Right? And number two, the second thing I would tell you entrepreneurs out there, don't try to do it on your own. Nobody's ever done anything on their own that was great, ever. Yes, ma'am. What's your question?
How can I help my mom grow her business?
How can you help your mom grow her business? Man, is that beautiful or what? You need to go on. Is she here? Is your mom here? Come up here. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to give you guys a practical, okay, and then we're going to let you guys go. She is showing you exactly what it takes. How you doing? Yeah, thank you. What's your name?
J. Scott.
So what 7 years old did is she came to somebody that could help her answer a question. I could give her the answer, or I could bring her mom up and help her. Okay? So the daughter did this. Hey, let me get the attention of somebody that has an audience. This is the simplicity of this deal. You have to collaborate, folks. You got to collaborate with other people. How does Dame Dash know who I am? Somebody else told him about me. That's because I went and got attention to somebody else and did something with somebody else. So she came up here. She walked up here. She did it. She extroverted herself to meet me. What's your business?
Health and wellness, CBD.
Good.
Nurse practitioner.
Good. So look, anything I can do to help you guys blow your business up? Come on, 10X. 10X. Okay.
That part.
Okay. 10X. Let's go. Okay. And that's the name of the game. Thank you so much. All right. The name of the game is you got to collaborate with other people, man. You got to get out of your circle and move into other circles. Okay. Yes, sir. Last question.
My name is Richard Beckford. I'm the director of dance at Florida Memorial University.
Yes, sir.
Try to get a lot of attention like these are my students behind me and my son.
Y'all love him?
One of my students asked earlier, what's your degree of success or what's your idea of success? Do you agree that having levels of success will lead you to your ultimate success? Setting levels of success at this age.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just, every successful thing I get, like being here today, this is the highlight. I was in the back of the room with Sherry. Sherry's our COO. And I was like, this is the highlight of my week. Like, best thing that's happened to me this whole month is this, being with you guys. Now, if I laid that out in my career, I wouldn't have had you guys on my list. Like, I'm thinking, oh, okay, I got to go buy a big building. I'm trying to buy that building across the street right now. I got a guy called me while I went in the meeting. I got to get that building. That's where my attention is. But I'm going to tell you something. That building will never make me feel as good as being with you guys today. Thank you. It won't. It won't. You know why? Because they can take the building away from me. They'll tax the building, right? They'll damage the building. A hurricane could come knock the building down. Nobody can ever take our time away today. So that's success too. I don't know what level it is, but I know this, man. When I get to the next place, and somebody's like, maybe if there's a check-in, you check in. Hey, man, Mr. Cardone, come over here, man. We got to determine your next path here. Whatever happens next, you know what I'm talking about? And they're like, there was a lot of cussing going on. And there was that period of time where you kind of went astray. I'm like, yeah. And I remember you and Steve Harvey cussing, just dropping F-bombs behind the... And that wasn't cool. I didn't appreciate that. I said, yeah, but man, remember, what's the date today? Yeah, but you remember today? Okay, man, come on in. Okay, so this is success. This is so rich. It's so much wealth. Now, all I ask you guys to do is make sure it doesn't end here. Don't save it. Share it and multiply it, okay? Thank you so much. Sherry? I just want to introduce you to Sherry. I want to bring Ed back up. I want to make sure anybody that needs to get recognized and acknowledged today does so. Okay, I'm not always the best at this. Okay, we will do a group photo. This is Sherry Hamilton. What's up? No, that's not okay. This is Sherry Hamilton. Come on, man. The more you use energy, the more energy you'll have, folks. You guys are saving it like what? What are you doing? You're like, you don't think God's going to give you some more energy? You're like, I got to save my energy. I ain't standing up, man. Look, the more you do, the more you can do. And if you don't blow other people up, you'll never blow yourself up. It's impossible. So I just want to introduce you to Sherry Hamilton one more time. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Get you a millionaire, might do you some millionaire math and multiply like chapter 5. Then I got one question. Hold on, 2 questions. Can you keep it 100?
Thank you, sir. We are not done. We're not done. I run Grant's companies. That's why he introduced me today. And it's a source of great pride to have you guys here. We want to thank Ed, and we want to thank Candace, and all of you guys and all of your groups for being here.
Yeah, I keep saying we're done, but I don't know what.
So we are going to feed you.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, we're going to feed you, and then we're going to, and then you'll have more energy, and we're going to come back in here, and Ed's going to answer some questions.
Oh, yeah,
all right?
yeah, that's what we're going to do. See, I don't know.
Is that all right with you guys? All right. Okay, so when I say go, y'all are going to go through this door right here, and you're going to grab some food, and you're going to come back on in, and these 2 ladies are going to help you, and in the meantime, we're going to...
And one other thing I want to do, I want to get a photo of everybody. Y'all want to get a photo? Can you just stay in your chair right there? I'm going to get right here. Let's get right here, Ed, me and you, okay? And you guys give me a little 10X in the background, all right? Come on.
Right.
Come on.
1, 2, 3, 10X! There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, you guys enjoy lunch, and we'll be back, and we'll do some more Q&A, all right? Okay?
Thank you, Grant Cardone!
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you.
My name is Sabrina Cardone, and I'm 10 years old. No one is better suited than a 10-year-old to talk to you about 10X. And let's face it, I'm the only 10-year-old here. So guys, for just a second, I want you to remember when you were 10. Look inside your mind's eye and remember when you were 10 years old. Think about it and be 10 again. You were about this tall, or maybe this tall and kind of short, or maybe even shorter than me. But remember how much energy you had. Remember how happy you were. Remember how positive and hopeful you were. You know, like I said before, I'm 10. And look, I'm ready to grow up and not be treated like a little kid. Because, you know, people don't listen to you. They talk about you, not to you. I was in a mall, and someone told my dad I was beautiful. We had an entire conversation that went on for like 5 minutes. I mean, thanks for thinking I'm pretty, but you could have told me. At 10, you're stuck. You're not really a kid, and you're not really an adult, and you're very clearly not a teenager. But seriously, I can't wait to work. I can't wait to really work, to have a job. to have responsibility, to be treated like an adult. Look, I'm happy when I work. Aren't you? I'm happiest when I'm busy. And I'm most fulfilled when I'm contributing. Yeah. I love goofing off. Sleeping in. I love my computer, my phone. Mom took my phone from me though. It was like taking me off life support. But and I'm sure you do. Doing nothing all day in front of a screen. Yep, I don't have one up here because I don't have my phone anymore, Mom. It doesn't make you feel good just looking at it all day. Unless you're doing something on it. But if you're just looking at it, it's useless. So, do you guys agree? Say 10x if you agree. This year, let's agree, like we just did a few seconds ago, to work more, not less. To learn more, not less. To experience more, not less. That's what 10x is about. Okay, on your feet, guys. Come on. So repeat after me. I am gonna work more. I'm gonna do more. I am gonna learn more.
So much for
listening.
Come here, Sabrina, come here.
Okay.
Come here. Okay. Well, these guys. I was 45 years old, and I was by myself in my life. I had made money. I had businesses that were working. I didn't have her. Couldn't find the right woman. And I didn't have these. And this little girl right here, Sabrina, was born 5 days before my best friend passed, which was my mother. And this was my mom's. Sabrina was born 5 days before my mom passed, and my mom was my best friend. I spent thousands of hours playing blackjack with her here in Vegas. And my mom taught me so much about life. So much she taught me about life, about hard work, do what you say you're gonna do, work hard, show up, keep showing up. She never ever, not one woman that I brought home, and I brought a lot of them home, 10x. Not one of them did she approve of until Elena, okay? So these guys, both of them, thank you for letting us, give them the stage and using your time. This experience they have with you, they will never forget in their life. It will catapult their start. They both, just so you know, they both wrote their own scripts, both of them, all their jokes. Okay? All right, now get off the stage because I got somebody to bring up. I love you, buddy. You can only reduce your expenses so far and you run out of room. The fourth thing I want to give you is this financial statement right here. This is the ultimate financial statement. What do you notice about this financial statement in your book on page 8? Huh? There's zeros on the whole thing. If you were going to manage or entrepreneur this financial statement, what part of it would you focus on? Everything on it's a zero. Say again? You'd focus on the bottom line? Okay, let's see if you can change the bottom line. Everything above it's a zero.
Revenue.
Okay, how many of you in the room have a treasury, a CFO, an accounting department, a finance person at your office that's not here today? Let me see a hand. If you have a finance person that is not in the room with you right now, they would get in here and try to manage everything in the bottom 2/3. So you want to bring this exercise back to Miss Moneypenny, Miss Squeeze the eagle off the quarter, Miss we're going to grow by shrinking, or Mr. whoever it is, and say, hey dude, manage this financial statement. How can you get the expenses lower than they are if they're zero? This is just a good little simple exercise. How do you get this creatively? How do you entrepreneur expenses below zero? The point of the exercise is this. What do you want to focus on? All you want to focus on is the first inch of the financial statement. 95% of my time is spent on income. Maybe 5% of my time is spent on expenses. Maybe. And I'm probably stretching it. I'm probably 1% expenses, 95% on income, and 4% on goofing off. Because I like to goof off, man. Play a little poker with Bonnet. He always loses to me. Okay, so how many of you have this flipped right now? You're spending most of your time on expenses. Okay, how many of you have the ROI conversation constantly? What's my return on investment on the Facebook ad, on the Instagram ad, on the TV ad, on the billboard ad? How many constantly have the ROI? I never have an ROI conversation. I have one conversation. Did I grow my top line or not? Did I grow the top line or not? I'm not trying to lower my expenses. I don't care about them. I hope they grow. I don't have a spending problem. How many of you in the room have an income problem, not a spending problem? There's no limit. You can only reduce your expenses so far and you run out of room. Okay? Focus on the one that has the most upside. The point of that is this: can I keep growing the top line? There's no limit. You can only reduce your expenses so far and you run out of room. Okay? Focus on the one that has the most upside. Hey, man, look, what's it like to be 50 and 0?
First, I just want to say, congratulations to you for just being very, very smart, for also giving back to so many great causes. I mean, you're doing a remarkable job. So it's not just about me being 50 and 0. It's about what you do after you're 50 and 0 and what you did to get to 50 and 0.
Look, you got 10,000 things that you get invited to do every day,
yes,
every week, every month, all over the world. Why would you even agree to do a deal like this?
Because it's bigger than just boxing. It's bigger than just boxing, and it's good to come out and tell your story to the world. And of course, you touch so many different people's lives, so I didn't mind being a part of that. Letting people know my story, letting people know about how I made so many smart investments. It's not about what you do inside the square circle, it's what you do on the outside as well.
Question. So I got an incoming call probably about a week ago. Greeted the guy, asked him what I could get him information on. He said he was looking for a forklift. When I tried to qualify him and ask him why he was looking for a forklift, he didn't want to answer any of my questions.
I don't blame him, dude. I don't blame him. It's a dumb question. Why are you looking for a forklift? It's stupid. It's just the dumbest question I've ever heard in my life. Guy walks in, hey, I'm looking for a cowboy hat. Why? Dude, hey, I'm looking for ice cream. I want some chocolate ice cream. I want some Godiva ice cream. Why? That's stupid, dude.
So then I also asked him why.
No, but I mean, you gotta really you gotta swallow this whole stupid thing. That was just dumb.
Right. I agree with you.
Hey, man, I'll be happy to get you a forklift. What's your name again?
Brandon.
Brandon. Yeah. He don't remember your name.
Please hold while your call is being transferred.
Always leave a message. Always leave a message. Always leave a message. Always talk to somebody. I don't care if I talk to Mo. Talk to somebody. I'm telling you the way you need to start building your sales force out right now, okay? These are the rules. You got to have rules. You got to have always. You don't have always, you end up with nevers. Okay, you don't have always, you end up with nevers. You don't have always, you end up with what?
Is not available. After the tone, please record your message. When finished, you may hang up to deliver the message or press pound for more options.
Hey, Valerie, tell Mo to call me. I got to talk to him right away. My name's Brandon. So you need to keep calling them back, man. You need to, look, even if you need to be somebody else, you need to call back. The callback that needs to happen for that guy right now is, Mo, why didn't you buy from Brandon? That's all you need to ask. Hey, well, I'm calling. You need somebody, just make a simple call. Hey, Mo, my name's Grant Cardone. I have one question. Why didn't you buy the forklift? Because Stupidio asked me why I wanted a forklift.
It's been a year since we last convened. Can you believe it's already been a year? Blows my mind. In that year, we have been to 19 countries and dozens of cities across the globe, spreading our 10X message. Whew. You know, some cities that we go to don't even know who I am. Can you believe that? I mean, it's embarrassing. I take responsibility for that. I'm working to change that. But I love you. But in every city, okay, so I open with this because, like I said, some of them don't know who I am. So I open with this and I say, hello, my name is Elena Cardone. Some people like to refer to me as Grant Cardone's wife. I would rather be referred to as Grant is actually the husband of Elena Cardone. I am praying for the day when someone legitimately goes up to Grant and says, wait a minute, aren't you Elena Cardone's husband? Oh my gosh, we compete at everything. I cannot wait until that day happens. But until it does, I am proud to be the woman beside the man. Unless, of course, I'm wearing heels and he leaves me, and then I am quite literally the woman behind the man. I will admit, this is secret, it stays in this room, but I will admit that I don't like being left behind on date night, and I'm working on his date night etiquette. It's called corrections in our household, and it's not easy. Grant is an ongoing work in progress, but I'm confident that one day I will get him to where I need him to be. But what keeps me on track in the meantime and not getting upset or not getting jealous of all the other women out there that are lucky enough to have a partner that actually walks slowly beside his woman when she walks in heels. Look, don't judge me. I never complain when it's at work and he runs here and he runs there and he leaves me. I never say a word. But date night, come on. I am a woman, okay? Men, this is just a little FYI. Take it for what it's worth, okay? Let me just clue you in. When a woman dresses up for you, she wants you to want to walk next to her. So yeah, I could be justified and let this drive me crazy, but the one thing that keeps me on track is I know I am building an empire. I am building an empire. I cannot afford to be petty. I don't get the luxury of thinking that I can be in a normal relationship where I live a perfect little fairy tale because I am building an empire. Our relationship is our relationship. It is what it is. But we might not be perfect, but we are killing the game. We are straight up slaughtering the game. Thank you. And we do that because we operate as a team who have each other's back. Grant and I know that we cannot create all day and come home and destroy it and expect to create anything, to build an empire. We know that with every decision that we make, we are either creating or destroying our empire.
If I have a wrong piece of data that I'm stable on, I'm probably going to be more effective than a right piece of data that I'm unsure about.
We're spending money on YouTube ads and Facebook ads, and I feel we're just going way too conservatively. We make 63% of our money back on day one. What would your advice be to start scaling this up and just getting more aggressive? What's the ad spend strategy?
Yeah, it's a great question, by the way, okay? So what I would do is I would start looking at spending some time on who's playing in your park that causes you to be conservative. Who do you work with, live with, hang with, that's causing you to put a brake when you accelerate? This is a huge issue, okay? This is a mental issue, totally mental, totally about who's playing in your park. in your business park? Who's telling you? Oh, by the way, it could be somebody you sleep with. It could be the information your kids are bringing from school. It could be your mom and dad. It could be all those. It could be the paper you're reading, the Instagram you're watching, the Facebook you're looking at. It could be all that. You know, you get advice from me and you go flip over to Dave Ramsey, you're going to see this conflict. Like, okay, Grant's using debt, Dave's not. Who's right? So pick somebody and go deep with that person. If you're going to pick a mentor, one of the biggest questions I get is, how do I pick a mentor? You got to get rid of mentors. You guys already have too many. Yo, listen to everybody. An open mind is not always a good thing. When a parachute opens like this, we're good. A wide open mind means this. I take information from anybody and everybody. What you want to do is like this. Like you want to run the race with blinders on. Get your data. If I have a wrong piece of data that I'm stable on, I'm probably going to be more effective than a right piece of data that I'm unsure about. You guys know John as John, but you also, this guy is a master negotiator and a business deal maker. Nobody knows that about you, really.
Yeah, probably not.
So talk about, well, you guys don't know it because you don't see it on TV. This guy is a master, and he told me behind the scenes, Grant, I handle all those deals myself. Tell them about how you made those deals happen.
Well, this, of course, you have to look at the perspective of I've already arrived at where the world knows who I am. So therefore, if I make a phone call to make a meeting with a COB or a CEO, I will most likely get that opportunity to pitch.
People take your phone call.
They take my phone call. Yeah.
They. How many of you would take the call from John Travolta?
Oh, there you go. Since we're in the business world, I'll tell you that I was promoting a movie with called Swordfish, and it was with
great movie. Dude.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Thank you. With Hugh Jackman, and I took my giant Boeing 707 to Australia. Wouldn't it be interesting to have someone support my 707? So I reached out to the chairman of the board of Qantas, and I said, I'd love to have a drink with you and talk to you about an idea. But the idea wasn't really to make money from Qantas. I loved everything about the airlines. I said, but my big giant airliner that used to belong to you is just has this ordinary corporate paint scheme on it, and I don't really care for it very much. I would love for it to have a Qantas livery on it, a logo on it. It would make me happy personally. Do you think that if I gave you $50,000 or $100,000, you would allow me to put your logo on my plane? I was giving him money. And he said, I think you have this backwards, John. Shouldn't you?
You sound like Vinny there for a second.
He said, yes. He said, shouldn't we be paying you to put our logo on here? I said, well, if you want. I said, but I'm. So
what did they pay you?
So they, he said, what do
they want to know?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
What could I do for you? He said, give me 1 month. This is the chairman said, I'm going to come back with an idea for you and our airline. So what I did was I planted the seed. That's all I did, was I planted the idea of the seed. 1 month later, he came back and he said, well, we've been thinking about it. We would love to have you with our airline. I've been with them 17 years now. He said, but we don't know what to give you, so our opening offer is we'd like to give you a 747.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I said,
that's ridiculous. Hey, guys, a little more, huh? Come on. That's stupid.
And I said, that's a beautiful offer, but I don't know about that one. I said, what I'd rather have is you just support this plane that I'm already flying, because it's like $3 to $5 million a year, and I've been doing it for 5 years, and I could continue to do it, but it would be easier if you did it. So he said, okay. So I said, what do you want me to do for you? He said, well, what if you went around the world, because it was right after September 11th. He said, what if you promoted the airline industry and made people feel that it was safe to fly again. I said, well, I love that purpose. That's like a really big global purpose. I'd really like to do that. So we painted the plane in the Qantas scheme, and I went to 13 cities and 10 countries and promoted it all over the world, and it turned out to be about $100 million worth of publicity for them. And it was well worth the exchange.
Okay, I got a lot of ideas. How many of you got a lot of ideas? Planning, not production. You're planning rather than producing. We don't spend enough time in my company planning. So this is what happens at our company, okay? And look, we don't do everything right there. Most of the time, this is what happens. I have an idea. Okay, I got a lot of ideas. How many of you got a lot of ideas? Okay, that idea is only as good as you can monetize that idea. Otherwise, it's worth nothing. The faster I can monetize this idea, the better that idea is. How many agree with that? So I go from idea to monetization. We're going to be going over this later today. This is what you do. You go from an idea to planning. I go with an idea, landing page, buy a button, put a price on it, not even a picture of a product. So how long is it taking you to go from an idea to monetization? And by the way, how many people are involved? There was 2 people involved. We have 85 people at my company. I didn't involve anybody else. The more people you involved, if you're taking notes, the more people you involved, the longer it is going to take to get to a deliverable product. I don't need more ideas. I need execution. Planning, not production. You're spending time planning, thinking, ideas, buy-in, get everybody's input. I want everybody to feel good about it. Dude, I don't care about any of that. I didn't check with anybody. Okay? I can be wrong on my own. Right? I don't need to spend time and be wrong. Let me just get to wrong as fast as I can.
So where do you get started? I live my life by mantras because I have so many amazing, crazy, creative ideas up here that if I don't have mantras to keep me focused, it'll get messy real quick, and not the good kind of messy. You know what I mean? Like the frustrating kind of messy. So here's one of the mantras I live my life by. Clarity comes from engagement, not thought. Clarity comes from engagement, not thought. Action. So for me, I had spent so much time in my early 20s fantasizing, could I be a dancer? Do I have what it takes? Torturing myself because I had not had formal dance training, thinking about it, fantasizing about it. But you know where I missed the mark? I didn't get my ass into a friggin' dance class. I never actually did anything. I just sit on my couch and laid in my bed thinking about it, but not taking action toward it. And I'll tell you this, Elena, when I finally got my head straight, and I said, the only way I'm going to know if this dance thing could actually be a thing for me is I need to go take my first professional dance class. And it was at Broadway Dance Center in New York City, which is like where the kind of pros go, right? So I am intimidated. I looked so dorky. I remember showing up and everybody else was so cool. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm nothing. I felt like I was going to get laughed out of class. And I took this first dance class, and I remember sitting down on the floor, and the bass filled the room, and I literally started to weep. I started to weep because my body knew that this was my destiny. So clarity comes from engagement, not thought. If there is any area in your business or in your career or in your life that you want to know, should I go in this direction? Find some tangible way immediately to test, to experiment, to dip your toe in the water. And then don't just trust this thing, because I'll tell you, this thing is an amazing tool. It's a shitty master. Trust this thing. You have so much wisdom in your body. There is so much natural knowing. That's one of the reasons, Elena, that I think movement is such magic, because in our culture today, so many of us live just from the neck up. Am I right? We're looking at these things all the fucking time. We're sitting around with our computers all the time, and we've lost touch with the intelligence, the genius, the channels of creativity that come through this thing. And you don't have to like dance how I do. For you, it might be running, it might be walking, it might be cycling, it might be boxing, it could be anything. But the more you get in touch and move this thing, I'll tell you, it opens up channels of insight, channels of knowledge, channels of certainty that I don't believe you can get to any other way. And I'll tell you this, anytime now where I find myself in a little bit of a conundrum, you know how when you're struggling with a particular business situation, do I or don't I hire this person? How are we going to move ahead with building this team? You're kind of caught in a situation you're not sure how to move ahead. I take a spin class. I take a spin class or I do something that is so intense physically that it opens up a channel and then I get what I call downloads. And this isn't some airy-fairy shit, right? This has to do with your brain. This has to do with the chemicals, the incredible chemical pharmacy in your brain and in your body that open you up to what you know.
I love that. I mean, I train almost every day for this exact same reason. It's like an outlet, you know? I so relate to that. But I heard you just mention when you're trying to figure out who you hire and stuff. I'm interested in who you hang out with. Has your circle changed since the beginning? Do you hang out a lot? Like, you know?
So in terms of my team, in terms of growing a team and in terms of culture fit, I think that's probably one of the most important pieces to the puzzle of long-term success, not just short-term success. You know, the mistakes I've made in my company are when I've brought people on board too fast and I was too desperate, right? I was desperate for a warm body. Does anyone relate to that? Where you needed to fill a position, right? Because you were
or sometimes it's hard to let go of a position because you don't have the time to retrain, rehire.
Yes. So 2 lessons there. So for me, I've made the mistake of hiring too fast and not really doing what we call in our company date to marry. So we're always dating before we get married to someone. What does that look like practically? It looks like this: finding a way to have a test period where for us, we absolutely pay people. So it could be freelance projects, it could be a test basis, but we put everything transparent on the table. We say, hey, look, we all think we're going to like working together. We think this is going to be awesome. But y'all know how absolutely expensive it is, not just financially, but emotionally and the impact on the rest of the team to have a wrong toxic fit in your team. How many people can relate, right? And so people sometimes, and God bless them, we love them, they can present like a badass on paper. They show up with that resume, they show up with the smile, they're saying all the right things, and you're like, okay, this sounds amazing, and then you get them in the door and you're like, what the fuck just happened? You ain't performing it. How did this happen? How'd you hoodwink me again, right? So this is why date to marry is such a great approach, because it gives them an opportunity to test you out. It gives you an opportunity to see if they are actually as great as they represent themselves to be, and then you can both move on in confidence. Does that make sense? I'll tell you this, another thing that we've learned in our company too is once you discover that someone is not the right culture fit, again, doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad person, they can be an amazing human, but for whatever reason they are not a fit for your team or your company, you have to fire fast. Why? Toxic people will take down and infect your whole team, and that is so hard to rebuild from. And here's the deal. You can absolutely let people go with generosity, with compassion, and with respect, but you gotta do it fast. And beware of that conversation that you have in your head, like, oh, we can't afford to do it right now. We have a launch, we have this happening. It's never gonna be a good time to rip that Band-Aid off. But as the CEO and leaders that you guys are, it is your responsibility to take care of your culture, to take care of your customers, and to protect this beautiful entity that you have worked so hard to build.
Good afternoon, everyone.
I'm not sure if you guys can, oh, awesome. You guys can hear me. Are you guys having a good time? Are y'all hype? Are we enjoying the 10X lifestyle? Awesome. So we do have a little surprise. We have an amazing group here that did an incredible job in January for the Martin Luther King Parade and Committee and Festivities Committee. And so we want to honor and recognize them here momentarily, as well as bring up the president, Lady Jenkins, Miss Cheryl, and Miss Nandy from the committee. Okay. A lot of you guys know the work that we do in the community is, it's a labor of love, and it's about our commitment to each and every one of you. And so with that being said, I'm gonna ask Lady, do you wanna say a few words to these young people before we bring up Mr. Richard Beckford, if you could actually join us now. Just a second.
Okay, do I have your attention?
She learned something.
Okay, I really want to say that the Martin Luther King Festivities Committee want to honor Mr. Beckford. Mr. Beckford has not only been with us at Florida Memorial, he was with us at other schools as well. And anytime we go out and say, oh, we need you for the parade, it's never a problem. He's always there for us, and we want to appreciate you for that. So today, the prize is supposed to have been $1,000, split between 4 schools. But because of you, Mr. Beckford, we decided to give Florida Memorial a check for $1,000. And not only that, we want to present to the band this beautiful trophy so that you can display in your school. And the original check says Florida Memorial University Band. So that means that the band would use this money. Okay? Thank you.
We'll get the band when we get outside.
Yeah.
And get everyone behind it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. No, you give me my check. I'm gonna give you.
Thank you so much, Lady Jenkins. Okay, give her a congratulations. There's a lot of community organizations in this room today. We want to say thank you for showing up, for bringing your students, for making it a priority that they have an opportunity to be exposed to such incredible things like this. Some people will never be in a room to understand a 10X concept with someone of the magnitude and energy of Mr. Cardone. So we want to thank the adults that made a priority to get here, get these kids in the room. You guys are all young adults and going out to the workforce. You got some young people in high school and middle school. We want to thank the adults. Mr. Byron Trice actually came in from Atlanta this morning just to bring his young people. Monica Carswell of Monica's Party Planning, she brought her granddaughter in. We sent this out. We obviously couldn't blast it because it's a private event, but it was really important. And Taryn Hudson. So we're gonna get back into it. Taryn. Listen,
transportation is a really big thing, guys. And so she organized the transportation. She got the release forms. She made sure that you guys were all here. So she definitely deserves kudos. We have a whole bus of kids that did not make it here because of a transportation issue. So it's super, super, super big kudos to you. Thank you. And thank you to the entire Grant Cardone staff. We got to make sure when he comes back out here that you guys are insane and nuts and have really high energy, because their staff really, I mean, from our camera guys in the back to the valet, they went above and beyond to give you guys a 5-star experience, right? Yes. Yes, Sherry. And thank you. And really quick, before I turn this back over to Miss Sherry, the magic, I want you guys to shout out Brittany. Brittany has been coordinating and being on top of all these things from Grant Cardone's team. She's their outreach. Make sure you guys shake her hand. Shake her hand on your way out the door, please. She's incredible. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Candace. I'm so happy. Are you guys full now? You had something to eat? All right. Okay, so we want to give everybody in this room that attended today what Grant calls his Millionaire Mentor University. It is an online platform, and it is all Grant. And so what we're going to do right now, does everybody have one of these? Okay, well, since Mr. Cardone kind of went past the purpose and the obsessions, we're going to go straight on back, and we are going to talk about the notes. You can just use your notes section, but we're going to show you a few of Grant's segments from Millionaire Mentor University so you can get a taste of what it is and how to use it. Does that sound okay to you? Anybody interested in being a millionaire? Okay, all right. So guys, let's do the first segment, and then we'll do some test questions afterwards out loud. Sound good? All right.
Just cut out anything that doesn't make you feel good about yourself. I don't care what it is. If you don't feel good when you're done with it, when you're done doing whatever you're doing, and you don't feel good about it, whether it's eating chocolates or doing something against the law, just cut it out. If it lowers your sense of self or self-esteem, cut it out. People are like, oh, I got to go to this self-esteem score. I need more self-esteem. Did you want more self-esteem? Quit doing the stuff that you don't feel good about. Simple. You smoke cigarettes. This is not about lung disease, okay? Every time you smoke the cigarette, you throw it away. You say, oh my God, I might get cancer. Don't worry about the cancer. You're dying right now because you don't feel good about it because you smell the freaking smell on your fingers. Cut out behavior that doesn't make you feel good about yourself, whatever it is. It's not a moral conversation. Just knock off anything and everything that doesn't make you feel good about yourself, doesn't give you an enhanced a sense of self-esteem. Make a list right now, okay? Maybe keep it private to yourself. You don't have to share it with the whole group. I don't want you to freak anybody out too bad, okay? Make a list of the things that just don't feel good and see if you can put a hammer on them today. Just cut them out. Feel good about yourself. Doesn't give you an enhanced a sense of self-esteem. Make a list right now, okay? Maybe keep it private to yourself. You don't have to share it with the whole group. I don't want you to freak anybody out too bad, okay? Make a list of the things that just don't feel good and see if you can put a hammer on them today. Just cut them out.
So, right? Thank you. That's Grant Cardone. So how can you get out there and how can you get attention if you're doing stuff that constantly makes you feel bad about yourself? How are you going to get around people who can help you and get you grants and get you money and get you in the limelight if you're doing stuff that makes you feel bad about yourself? So now make a list of those things that you do that lower your self-esteem. And how do you know what that is? How do you know whether an activity lowers your self-esteem or not? Yes, sir. Yeah, see if it makes you feel bad afterwards. Are you going to ask your friends? Okay. Are you going to consult a doctor? Okay. You're going to see if it makes you feel bad afterwards. Because who does it really matter to? Is it your friends? Is it your doctor? Or is it yourself? It's yourself. Nobody else can decide that for you. You got to feel good about yourself. So knock off those things that lower your self-esteem. Write one or two down right now. If you have to do it in invisible ink, it's okay, kids. It's all right. All right? Good. Now, what's the next question? Is there another question? Brittany, maybe I have something that can help me in case we're having technical issues. We're going to go straight to the next video? Okay. You guys ready for another Grant Cardone video? Yep. All right, let's see it.
Success and duty. They have success connected with maybe or whatever, or man, I hope I get lucky. Look, you have to connect this idea of success as a duty, an obligation, and a responsibility, not an option. Let the rest of the world, let the other 6 billion, 7 billion people wander around planet Earth, wondering and hoping and wishing and praying that they might be successful. Look, you got to get this hooked up with duty. This is something I didn't get until I was about 40 years old. I didn't understand that success was my obligation, like my duty, that was my fulfillment as a father, as a husband, as a businessman, as a community, a person in the community, as a citizen of planet Earth. Look, you have a duty to be successful, to create success at that next level so you can have the things you want, create the things you want, and start depending on the future. And other people will start to actually look at you as a model of what success is. You know, when I talk about success, I'm not thinking about money. I'm not thinking about a trophy. I'm not thinking about somebody's going to give me a pat on the back. I mean, that's going to come. I'm thinking about this. It's my duty. You know, no more or less than, I got to clean my desk up, or I got to take the trash out, or I got to answer this phone because the phone's ringing. It's a duty, right? You have duties. I got to brush my teeth in the morning. I got to put my jacket on. I got to go out into the marketplace. I got to say hello to people. I got to be nice. Those are things you have to do. And I think that it would help you and motivate you and excite you and incite you and prod you along if you could connect duty and success. I have a sign here that says, success is my duty, obligation, and responsibility. See, I want this around me. I want to be surrounded with this concept of success is no longer an option. So success is no longer something you wish or pray for or cross your fingers like a little kid would do. I'm not going to even pray for it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it my duty and my obligation and my responsibility to go get this. Cross your fingers like a little kid would do. I'm not going to even pray for it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it my duty and my obligation and my responsibility to go get this.
Right? So if you approach success as your duty, then you're going to be more likely to achieve it. So if you approach success as an option, you'll be less likely to achieve it. And why does Grant talk about success being his duty? Who can you help if you're not successful? Nobody. Not even yourself. That's right. That's right. All right. Okay, guys, I think we're going to do one more video. You like these videos? You're all taking home access to this Millionaire Mentor University. You're all taking it home. Yeah. Grant Cardone. All right, let's see the next one.
Highly motivated, successful champions are able to actually have what's called selective hearing. They can actually cut communication off when it's negative. When someone says you can't do it, it can't be done, it's not possible, it'll never happen, those people just go completely deaf while the rest of the world just starts buying in and being influenced. Be deaf when someone says you can't. I wrote this point. Be deaf when someone says you cannot do it. Be deaf when someone says it's impossible. Be deaf. Be deaf when anyone tries to impose limits on you. For these people that make efforts to limit you and suggest that you cannot fulfill your dreams are dangerous people. These aren't nice people. These are dangerous people. The fact that they're not intentionally trying to hurt you, stop you, or prevent you from getting what you want is even worse. They're not intentionally trying to do it. They're unconsciously walking around society dropping negative pieces of content into everybody's environment, saying you can't do it, it can't happen. Look, this could be happening at a family level. It could be happening with employees, company. That's why I'm telling you, put your policy in. No negativity allowed here. And then also know, hey, I got to be deaf when people are negative, because we live in a negative environment. The media is negative. People become negative. The newspapers are negative. The internet is negative. And the next thing you know, it's everywhere. It's contagious. So be deaf when the negativity comes, because it's going to come. Be deaf when someone says you can't. It's everywhere. It's contagious. So be deaf when the negativity comes, because it's going to come. Be deaf when someone says you can't.
Right? Right? You like that poem? All right. So what's the answer to this one, guys? Somebody tell me. You should be deaf when? All of the above. All of the above. And you know, Grant made a good point there. He said they people who might be trying to put limits on you, they might not even know that they are doing something that's going to keep you less. So what do you have to do? Be deaf. Be deaf. That's right. All right. So we do have one more here. Sir, did you want to come up now, Ed? All right. All right. We're going to go ahead and get to Ed. Let's get to Ed. Let's get to Ed.
How you guys doing? Y'all learn anything? We gonna make this money. I don't know about nobody else. We had a lot of excuses, people making excuses today. I can't come because of this, I can't come because of that. My daughter, Candace, I'm gonna tell you a quick story about Candace. So when Candace was in the 11th grade, 10th or 11th, we moved back from California, and she was going to Flanagan High School. Les Brown came to town to do a seminar similar to this for adults. And I said, man, lady for that, I need to take Candace to this event. I pulled her out of school, and we went to that event. Okay? She goes to the event, missed school that day. While we were at the event, she's participating just like these young people were participating. At the end of the event, Les Brown said, wow, that young lady is really sharp. He said, I tell you what, I'm holding a platinum conference in 2 weeks in Vegas for my top speakers around the world. He said, Mr. Haynes, if you get her there, she don't have to pay. The entry fee was like $1,500 to go to this event per person. He said, if you get her there, y'all ain't got to pay. I went home and had to break the news to my wife. Look, we going to Vegas, right? We took our mortgage money and bought tickets, and me and Candace went to Vegas to this workshop. So Candace was out there. She met Les Brown. She hanging out with him, this, that, and the third. He was impressed. She then tells him, man, this is some powerful stuff. All young people need to have that. He said, well, what you going to do about it? She said, well, I'll set it up. He said, if you set up a group, I'll come talk to them for free. Now, Les Brown was like that time like $25,000 to speak per engagement minimum. He said, if you put them together, I'll come. She said, okay, no problem. So we come back to Miami. She goes to school telling all her friends, you know, and they're just kids running around and okay, and whatever. Day came. She had the thing set up at the Pembroke Lakes Mall. She had it set up for like, how many kids, Candace? It was like supposed to be 30 people supposed to be there. She said, Daddy. Now, Les Brown was supposed to be there like in 2 hours or something. People was calling her, canceling. They got to do this. They got to do that. They couldn't come. She told him he was going to have 30 people there. Candace realized that most of her people flaked on her at the Pembroke Lakes Mall. Her and her friend went through the mall and recruited people to come listen to this international speaker. By the time he got there, there was about 60 people in the room. That's what she did. Okay? Now, she goes off, joins the Marine Corps. She's running public affairs for Armed Forces Network in the Asia corridor for 4 years. So 10 years later, this was after years of that, she goes to Asia, run the Marine Corps, comes back. When she comes back, she's going through the Fort Lauderdale Art Institute getting her bachelor's. She hears on the radio, Les Brown is going to be here doing a workshop. So she said, hey, Dad, you know, Mr. Brown is going to be in town. I think I'm going to go see him. She goes to the workshop to see him, just buys a ticket and goes. And when he's at the workshop, he don't know she's there. Guess what story he's telling the people in the room? About this little girl he met years ago, which was her. When she let him know she was in the room, he said, this is her right here. In the room was a lady. How many of y'all know about Tracy Lynn Jewelry? Y'all know Tracy Lynn Jewelry? Okay, so Dr. Tracy Lynn was in the room following Les. She hired Candace on the spot to produce her TV show, Dr. Tracy Lynn Ministries, behind T.D. Jakes. Candace produced that TV show for how many years? 5 years. She produced that TV show for Tracy Lynn out of that, right? The story just keeps going to where she is now, but my point is this. One little small action can turn into, now she just produced the parade for Channel 10 for the MLK parade for Lady Jenkins. She produced that, okay? All right. I'm not going to even tell y'all about the stories when we was in Compton living with Reverend Johnson and all of the smoothie businesses she had, and Candace was in Compton with the Bloods and the Crips selling candy in school. I'm not going to tell y'all about all that. My point is this. Haynes Security is a family-run operation. My wife's the CFO. Candace runs a certain division. My other daughter runs the other division. You got to build your team around you, your friends, your family, people who think like you think. Like Grant said, if they're not thinking like you think, they got to go. Okay? Because they are draining you. Lady Jenkins, there's no way that she built the organization she built 44 years ago, the oldest running parade in the world for Martin Luther King. Jay West, Queen Up Chronicles, right now, largest following of law enforcement officers in South Florida. She just got finished filming stuff with the Super Bowl, with Guy Torrey and different people. She's got her daughter with where's 3J's modeling agency? There she is right here. She's getting ready. Any of y'all females in here interested in modeling? She's teaching classes on modeling, and they're going to be doing a fashion show, spring break weekend, during that week. It's all about you. Nobody can tell you what you can't do. You can do anything you want to do. Stop asking permission and just do it. You understand? Now, the other piece I wanted to touch on that Grant mentioned in terms of start a business. How many people understand why a business is important? Why is it important, and why does the government give businesses tax breaks and not individuals? Yes, sir.
Businesses are important because they stimulate the economy, provide services, and allow people to be employed.
Say that louder so they can hear you.
Businesses are important because they stimulate the economy, provide services to the community, and allow people to be employed.
Y'all got that? But I want to make it really plain to you because it's about commerce. You had a question? You had a comment? Commerce, correct. So I want to see, remember, if you don't know, then you don't understand. And normally it's very simple. So you just need to understand America is based on what? Which is called capitalism, right? So it's about making money, right? Now watch this. You're Joe Blow, and you make $100,000 a year. You're going to pay taxes on $100,000, right? So the government is going to reward you for paying taxes of $100,000, right? I own Haynes Security. I employ 150 people. I am responsible for 150 people paying taxes. Who's the winner? Because I produce 150 people paying taxes where you're the only one paying taxes. You understand? You got to understand the thinking of this. I'm producing more people that's generating money than you are. So the government don't look at you like they look at me. You understand? This is why when you see them say the rich people get all the breaks, they get the breaks because they're paying more people who pay taxes. You get it? There ain't no magic to this. They're generating people who generate money for them. So if you're the only one generating money, you're not as valuable than if you generate more people that's generating money. Does that make sense? So you got to know that these are the things that's important for you to understand. Even with Mr. Cardone, with the buildings that he's purchasing, all of this real estate that he owns, he has investors. The investors put money up to build these buildings that generate money. But when they generate this money, they got to pay taxes on the money. That's why it's important to have a nonprofit so they can donate money to the nonprofit to write the money off. You understand? But you got to be doing something worthwhile for them to give you money, like helping you. You understand? Yes, ma'am. So she said she doesn't get what I mean when I said they have to give them they don't have to give them money, but here's the deal. So when you have a for-profit entity, if you make a profit of $200,000, you got to pay taxes on that at the end of the year. And normally what happens is if you're a business, cash flow, remember he said the money is currency, it's constantly flowing. So at the end of the year, your bank account may be on zero because the money came and it went. But when you file your taxes, you owe $50,000 right then. Where do you get that money from? You don't. So now you're scrambling to pay 50 grand, which came and went. But because it flows, you don't understand the concept. We're in a debt-based society, not in a profit-based society. So in America, it's based on debt. And you have to understand how those ratios flow. So what happens is, if I can get to zero, where I made no profit, I don't owe them, they don't owe me. You understand? Therefore, businesses, for-profit businesses, have to have write-offs to pay money to show that they didn't make a profit so that they don't owe taxes. So I can donate money to your nonprofit and take that off my bottom line. Now I don't have to pay taxes on it. You understand? Yes. So now you're able to use that money efficiently and effectively. And people will blow that money versus do what Mr. Cardone is doing, is using that money. Now he can say, I helped 150 people from the inner city to learn about money. Does that make sense? But it's a decision. So people can decide to do what they want to do with their money. But you can see what their intention is when you see what they do with it. Make sense? Questions? Anybody had any more questions? Anybody had any more questions about what you've seen in here today? Okay. After this is over, we're going to want to continue these sessions. Not necessarily with here, but we have an office ourselves. We have other places that we're going to be doing follow-ups to this. Now, I believe the Crown Prime Minister of the Americas got a phone call while we were at lunch, and he mentioned something to me that the Queen of Sheba called, and he mentioned to her what was going on. And he said something that I still don't believe that I'm right, what I said, so you're going to correct me if I'm wrong. But here's what's happening. At the end of the year, we're doing a cruise. It's called the Cruise of Return. It's a memorial cruise where we're renting out 2 full Norwegian or Royal Caribbean cruise ships, and we're going to trace back the steps from here to Africa. Because during the slave trade, whether you know it or not, millions of Africans died on the way here. Thrown over the ship, killed. Nobody ever memorialized those souls. So what happens is now we're going to memorialize them, and we're going to have these 2 ships with dignitaries from all over the world, and those ships are going to retrace the steps that Africans came from Africa to here, starting in Oklahoma with the Black Wall Street. There's going to be a concert there with major celebs. Then we're going to go to Wall Street, concert there with the celebrities there. And then we're going to come to Miami, and we're going to get on a ship. These 2 cruise ships are going to leave Miami. We're going to have the Crown Prime Minister, Timothy McPherson, and Queen Sheba III are going to be on a yacht. They're going to come here, get on the ship. The ship is going to leave here. Those ships are going to leave here and go to Jamaica, full of people. We're going to pick up everybody in Jamaica, and then those 2 ships are going to go from Jamaica 12 days to Africa. When we go to Africa, there's going to be a big festival called the Lumi Fest. And on that ship, it's going to be full of people that have businesses that are going to be networking on doing business with Africa, because now Africa is taking control of its own destiny. And what we're doing now, you are all the children of the people that were taken out of Africa. So you need to understand this. When Alfredi and I went to Ghana years ago to set up a school for Isaac Hayes, we were in a room with the elders, the kings and the priests, and we were in this room, and when over there, when you meet someone, you have to do these greetings, right? So I remember, Rev, we were laughing on the phone the other day because he didn't remember. I said, Rev, remember we had to do them introductions? So over there, everything is very polite. So when you say this row right here, these were the chiefs, right? So when I come and meet him, he would sit there and I say, how are you? He said, good. And he would ask me, how are you today? I'm fine. How's your auntie? Oh, she's fine. How about your grandmother? It was about 15 to 20 minutes of how are you? Right? Now, am I lying, Real? Now what? It was hot, flies flying. We were like, damn. So now, look, then when they got finished, then they're looking at you looking crazy, right? And we like, well, what's now? Now they're waiting on you to ask them the same question. So it was a line of us, me, Rev, Isaac Hayes, and some more people in our party. So we had to go down this whole list, hearing the question, answering the question, asking them the question. It was about an hour of saying, how you doing? And drinking peppermint schnapps, the spirit, libation. Then we got finished with that. Then the guy was looking out the window like this. We still standing there because, you know, you in a new culture, you don't know what's going on. So you're like, well, what we supposed to do now? So he's standing there looking out the window like this for about 10 minutes. We looking at each other like, well, what we supposed to do? I don't know. Just don't say nothing. Just. So he's looking out the window. So about 15 minutes, he busts out in a story. We like, oh. He says, many years ago, the colonizers came in the ship, and the ship was parked out there, and then they rolled the boats in, and we greeted them and showed them hospitality. We gave them food and drink, and we treated them with respect and honor. And they stayed with us for a while, and then one day they said, thank you, you guys have really treated us well. We want to do a party for you and your people on our ship, right? So we were all excited. Said the people were very excited that they were being invited to this party, and they got their best wares on, and they only invited the smartest and the brightest from the village. That's who they invited. The royals, the queens, the kings, the princesses. And they invited them to the ship. And they said, and everyone was excited that they were going to be invited to the ship. And he said, and they got on the boat and they went out to the ship to the party. And we never saw them again. Then he went and looked out the window again for about 10 minutes. And then he turned around and he said, we never saw them again until now. You're the children of the best and the brightest. You're the children of the kings and the queens and the ambassadors. They didn't take the garbage out of Africa. They took the best. Your ancestors were the best. That's who they enslaved. The royals, because the royals is what held the structure together. Do you understand? That's who you are. You not some Negro that's running around trying to kill off your cousin, your auntie. That's not who you are. You're greater than that. So what we're doing now is we're returning you to your place. Do you understand? This is not just something we doing for fun. We're bringing you back to your original status of greatness, of excellence, royalty. You understand? Queen up. You understand? King up. That's who you are. Don't let nobody make you think because of your circumstances and situation that you're any less than what you are, because you're not. You are the epitome of excellence. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter where you came from. All that matters is the decisions you make today. And the word decision comes from the word decide. And the word decide has two parts. You might want to write this down. Decide. The first part of the word decide is D, D-E. That's a word. D-E. D-E means to cut away. See, if y'all had been going to like True Faith Ministries with the Reverend Alfred Johnson, you would learn these things. D, to cut, right? Like decapitate means to cut off what? Your what? So if you decapitate someone, you cut off the head, right? Then the second word is side, C-I-D-E. Side. What does pesticide mean? To kill what? Suicide means what? Homicide means what? So when you decide, you cut off and kill off any other option. Ain't no plan B. We gonna win or we gonna what? Win. That's the option. You understand? So all you got to do is to decide that you're gonna win. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Period. Y'all got me? Now, there's another word. I think Rev taught me it was believe. Before Jesus performed any miracle, he always asked the question, do you believe? I said, well, Rev, why did he ask that question? He said, well, why don't you break the word down? Y'all notice we be doing the little word thing, right? It's important. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, right? So that means in order for you to have a godless people, you just have people that's ignorant and don't know words. So, believe, B, means what? to exist. Let there be light, and there was light, right? So the word be means to exist. All right? The word leave comes from the word libido, the Latin word, which means urge. You understand? A push or drive. So when you believe something, you have an urge for that thing to exist. See, some people think they believe, but they really don't. Because if you believe something, that means that it's going to happen. And some things, like hard work, dedication, you don't want to really have that. So you don't really believe you can do this. Because now it's going to mean you can't do some of the stuff that you normally had to do before. So you really don't believe. So we need to understand that. Or some people get believe and belief confused with faith. And I believe somewhere it's written, faith is the substance of things hoped for and evidence of things not seen, right? Now, I can't quite remember because I was not really that sharp in math, but I seem to remember that if they said 2 plus 2 is 4, the is like an equal sign, right? So that means whatever is on one side of is equal to what's on the other side of is, right? So if it says that faith is, then we know what's on the other side is equal to faith, right? Faith is what? The is a pointing word, the cup. We're not talking about that cup, we're talking the cup. So whatever's coming after the is what we're talking about, right? So the under what? Standing. Okay. So what is understanding? Faith is what? The substance. Substance, the word sub means under. Like submarine. Subliminal, right? Something that's under. Standing comes from what? The stance. So substance, stance, stand, understanding. Faith is the understanding of how to bring about the thing that you believe. You understand? So you can believe something, but if you don't know how to do it, you can't do it. You get it? So the reason why I went through the things I went through earlier this morning is we get enough of people just telling you just do it, but they don't tell you how to do it. Hey, we can do this, but how you do that? And you don't even know how to ask the question because you don't know what you don't know. You understand? So we're going to break it down and make it plain for you. Because we ain't got but two options, and that's what? Okay, so we got to know what we're talking about because we got to have that KRC. You understand? So what you got to know is today, what you learn here today is very simply how to take these principles in your life and activate yourself to become that success that you want to be. This has nothing to do primarily just with business. This has to do with everything in your life. That's right. As a child, they got to make decisions. You understand? In the band, you got to make decisions. As a student, you got to make decisions. In the brotherhood, we got to make decisions. You got to make decisions of who you dealing with. You can't complain if you make a decision to hang around with people who don't think the way that they should be thinking. That's your decision. So the question you have to ask yourself is when you're in a situation, stop complaining and start evaluating. You. How did I get here? How did I end up with this loser? I'm just saying. How did I end up in this losing situation? See, the problem is not the situation you in or not the person you with. The problem is the constant making of the wrong decision. Once you figure out it's you, you can always change at that point. But you got to take responsibility that you're the one put you there, because if not, if you're waiting on someone else to come solve the problem, news flash, you're going to be waiting a long time, because ain't nobody coming, because it's not them, it's you. Does that make sense? Okay, we ain't going to preach today, but just had to throw some things at y'all for y'all to think about, because it's important for you to understand. Now, I said all that to say this. The Crown Prime Minister of the Americas said that Queen of Sheba told him that she was so excited about the people in this room that they wanted to give away 10, I couldn't believe it, 10 all expense paid trip on that cruise to Africa. Yes, ma'am. Okay, very good. So, what's the question? What's the question you got now? Huh? That's a good question. So how you become one of the 10 is, y'all see these packets right here? You got to fill these packets out, and the people who fill these packets out are going to be selected by Mr. Cardone himself, because he's going to be looking for the people who have the type of motivation and the type of inspiration to be a part of this select group that's going to go to Ghana, that's going to go to Africa, West Africa, on this trip, the cruise to return. 10 individuals are going to make this trip. You got to fill this out. We're going to get with Mr. Cardone. We're going to get with the Crown Prime Minister of the Americas, and you will be selected to go on this cruise. All right? Man, I need to get, because real, I ain't got no money to go. Okay? Can I get one? Can I get one? All right. So, brother need a little help. So anyway, y'all all right? Yes, sir. Okay. Who can tell me one thing they learned today? Yes, ma'am. The what? The 3 stages of learning? What are they? Those are barriers to study. The 3 barriers to study. What are they? She got her notes, so she gonna. Yes, ma'am. While she looking, go ahead. What's yours?
Okay, I learned that you only hang out with people who have the same mindset you have. If they ain't got nothing going on that you got going on, don't get rid of them.
All right. Sound good. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the lack of mass, steep gradient, and misunderstood word.
Too steep a gradient. Correct. Thank you very much. Yes. Yes, sir. Someone can't learn something if they think they know already. If they didn't learn to catch it. Very good. Yes, sir.
In order for you to make money, you have to earn attention, you have to keep that attention, and you have to multiply that.
Correct. The 3 steps. You got to get it, you got to keep it, and multiply it. Yes, sir. Someone's always watching. Someone's always watching. That is correct. It's a whole bunch of people in the Department of Corrections that can attest to this. Cornelius. What is it? Yes. Yes. Communication. There it is. Yes, sir. Brother Worrell.
The third party law.
Yes.
Whenever there's conflict, there's a third person, third unseen person.
Very, very true. Now, what was key that Mr. Cardone brought up was the 2 people in conflict could be who? Yourself. You could be a conflict with you. You understand? Because you thought you were supposed to be great, but somebody told you you weren't. So now you're arguing against yourself that you're great. And the third person was that person that you listened to that made you feel like that. You get it? Johnny. Absolutely. Fantastic. Yes, sir. Shango. Absolutely. Now listen, hold on, because I want to drill this in hard for y'all. Because some of y'all got it and some of y'all didn't. So I'm going to help y'all get this real good, right? Because it's a very important point. Let's say the most, who do you think is probably the most highest paid doctor in the world? Who, what? Which one? No, I'm saying what type of doctor? Brain surgeon? What else? How much do they make? $500,000 and up? Okay, so we got, you had one? How much they make? Okay, so let's go with the 600,000. Or let's be generous and let's say they make $1 million. Right? That's being generous. Now, how long do you think a doctor have to go to school to be that? Huh? 12 years? 14 years. So they gotta go to school all them years to get that, right? Now watch this. You go to school 12 to 14 years, build up a huge bill to go to school to make $1 million. Y'all got that? LeBron James graduated high school and went to the NBA, and his first year, his endorsement deals was $90 million. Not to mention the NBA contract. Why? He could attract more attention. He can put more bodies in a building than a doctor, because the only one care about what he doing is the family of the person getting surgery on him. You understand? But LeBron could draw enough attention and sell enough tickets to fill up a stadium. So attention is money. If you do not have the ability to attract attention, you have limited ability to attract money. Yes, sir. You ready? Yes. Very good. You use the word, very good. Hold on. I got one more and then we got to go. But you use the word, and I don't know if y'all know what that word means. Esteem. Where does the word esteem come from? Self-esteem. What does esteem mean? Esteem. Esteem comes from the word estimate. So, esteem meaning estimate means that a self-estimate means if you know yourself that you are unworthy of generating money, if you know yourself that you are unable to do certain things, telling yourself over and over again that you can do it ain't gonna change nothing. Because your self-estimate, you know that you cannot produce something of value to be exchanged for your survival. To increase a person's self-esteem, you have to increase their ability to produce something that can be used for their survival. You understand? Has nothing to do with you talking about rah, rah, rah. They still know they can't do it. You understand? The meaning of words is very important. All right? So I just want to drop that on you. One last person. Yes, ma'am. We're not lazy. That is correct. We're not lazy. We just lack information. Thank you very much. Britt, what are we doing? I'm done. Thank you guys again.
You guys feel empowered? Does this work? Dead. Hello. Do you guys feel empowered? Did you have fun today? Good. All right. So I know Sherry earlier mentioned that you are all walking away with access to our Mentor University program. So a lot of the content today, everything Grant talks about, you're getting that. And then another surprise, I don't know if you saw those great pictures of Grant up there when he had Kevin Hart and Steve Harvey at our conference last year. So we have our 10X Growth Conference coming up here in early March. We have A-Rod's going to be there. We have Pitbull. We have Tyrese. You are all getting virtual tickets to that event. Come on. So you're going to hear from some of the best, the brightest. You're going to be motivated. You're going to be inspired. It's going to be incredible. So we'll get that out to you guys so you'll have that. And I just wanted to say again on behalf of Grant, Sherry, the entire 10X team and family, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming. Do you want to say something else too?
No, just as you guys get ready to exit, you want to make sure you grab all your things. Make sure you take your books and take your note. If you don't do your worksheet, you can't enter to be one of those 10. So make sure you do them. You guys are going to take a picture of it, and then your group organizer to the email that you have will send you an email for how you are able to turn that in. Okay. So as you get ready to exit to valet to get your vehicle, there's one more thing. Sorry, hold on.
They got some stuff they're moving out right now.
Okay. Okay, so before you guys actually move, if you will give them just a few minutes, and oh, look how quick! Look at y'all! Look how gorgeous! What a gorgeous group! Give yourselves a round of applause. So we want to thank again, as you see the Grant Cardone team, as you guys exit out, please give them a big thank you. Again, they stopped their day to accommodate us, so we want to thank them, and just kind of hang tight here for a little bit while they clear things out, and then we'll start shepherding everyone out. Thank you guys so much for coming, and thank you for your commitment to yourselves.
"54 countries are here. Every state in the U.S. is here. This is not about global warming, it's about the 10X movement."
Grant Cardone is the best. Let nobody fool you.
10X Growth Con has absolutely been mind-blowing. No one fills up a stadium with 35,000 people. In 1 year, we've increased our sales by $250,000.
Look, I want freedom. And what that means for me is I want purpose. 10X is about finding your purpose. What is my purpose? How many of you want to reach the next level?